What was the? I mean, like 3 minutes. What was the cameraman's name? ABC. Paul. Hey, yo, Sai! Yo, give him a shake, man. Like, text me your home, overseas. I think I remember that interview where somebody asked me to make sure I got home safe and called me. I was like, I know you're driving to Portland, we get good. So I'm like,
he's gonna walk up and back a little bit. Look at that.
whatever the voice is copyright.
All right, here we go. I'm back out here, everybody. We had I had to take a little bit of time off earlier today. It's my son's birthday, and also we had ABC News here on Dateline. They came down and they followed me for a few hours here today. So I had Eric carry the string. My son turned 19 today. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, that's my best friend. You know what I'm saying? An incredible young man. I tell my son all the time, I'm going to be like him when I grow up, man. You know what I'm saying? What an abundance of character and integrity and dignity and everything else, man. I love that guy. You know what I'm saying? And he's actually, crazy enough, there it is, man. I see the vibe. We've been catching the vibe. Hold on, let me finish what I'm saying, bro. Okay. So what I was saying is that my son, he's actually, man, studying broadcasting at Loyola. And I'll be honest with you, man, one of the craziest days, like in an emotional sense, was that, you know, it took O out there to school in Chicago, and you know, I ain't pressure him. I was like, nah, well, you know, he didn't ever really tell me what he wanted to study. And we get out there to campus in Loyola, and he told me, he was like, well, Dad, I'm a major in broadcasting. And I was totally floored, right? And it wasn't until that day in Chicago, you know, we took him out for freshman orientation, that I realized that I had, like, it sounds crazy to you guys, but I realized I had an impact on him, Eric Calligraphy. And when he told me, he was like, man, you've been taking me to work with you your whole life, you know. So we used to live overseas. I spent a lot of time in Tanzania and the UAE, and I take little Ota with me to the studio. I actually did a radio show a few times. He was like my co-host. He's 7 years old. He'd be on the radio with me and everything, man. When we were over in East Africa and a few other places, and he ended up studying broadcasting, you know, at Loyola. He finished his first year. He's on TV up there. What's up, G Press? How are you? And so You know, today was his 19th birthday. And yeah, and man, definitely the best guy I know. So you guys have been telling me to do some self-care. What better kind of self-care could it be than to hang out with that guy, man, and feel the love and energy and everything else, man. So I'm back out here. So Eric was on there earlier. I heard some people, they're like, hey, that doesn't sound like, but you know what I'm saying? Thanks to you guys, your donations and everything, we're actually able to upgrade our phone. So we have a streamer phone now as opposed to just Omari's phone. And we wanted to make sure and give you guys some coverage as to what was going on. And so Eric was out here earlier, you know, trying to show you guys what's up. But man, I'm feeling good. I feel great. You can hear it in my voice. I actually slept for more than like 3 hours last night, high powered. You know what I'm saying? And as usual, bringing you an overdose of positivity and optimism out here, man. You know what I'm saying? You know me, I tell you guys all the time, man, I wake up every day, you know what I'm saying? Brand new day. It's reset. Let's tackle the day. Let's be as positive as possible. You know what I'm saying? Let's be in the search of excellence and perfection. So, you know, out here feeling good, kind of rested. Got another early day tomorrow, apparently. So I'll be on King 5. I need to hit Nikki, but they confirmed. But I think I'm on King 5 for all you early risers. King 5 tomorrow morning at like 6-something a.m. So you catch me there. But big thing is like it was crazy. ABC News Nightline, they sent out a camera crew out here, and they followed me for a good part of the day today. And so I don't know how long the segment is. It's national news and everything else. And even though they film for hours, it usually comes down to like 3 minutes or whatever. But be on ABC News Nightline tomorrow night. And then, you know, on the replay on Hulu and everything else. And the best thing is, in talking to ABC News today, it was able to put you guys, your story, the guys who are on the stream, the people who are protesting, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. To be able to put everybody's story out in front to a huge national and international platform. It's definitely not about me. You know what I'm saying? I just sit here, use this phone to be able to tell you the story, man. You know, as I see it and everything else. So let me set the scene for you. We're right here. It was become a familiar location, the East Precinct. 1 week ago today was the last full day that the Seattle Police Department had control of this precinct. You remember, tomorrow about 4 o'clock, it'll be 1 week since the Seattle Police Department abandoned the East Precinct, and in doing so, created all of this. And what I say when created all of this is now the Chaz, my friends. 1 week ago, Sunday night, we were sitting right down there halfway down this street, and the Western Barricade was still there, and it was funky. You know, I tell people all along that until there's an actual resolution, all that's really occurred is that the energy of the Western Barricade has now been transferred to the energy of the Chaz. So I want to give you guys a view over here.
This ain't no picnic.
Apparently the speaker right now is addressing people who might feel that it's a picnic out here. You know, the Chaz has been getting some pushback in the news locally and nationally because a lot of people are saying that it's like, man, it's a festival atmosphere. But a lot of stuff that we see out here is stuff that would be occurring anyway on a Sunday in June on Capitol Hill. Well, except for everybody hanging out in front of the East Precinct. Let's go over here real quick and let's get this guy a listen.
Now ain't the time to go to a rave in Cal Anderson. Now is the time to mobilize, actualize, and make sure black and brown people ain't scared to go outside no more.
Yeah, let's go,
My name is Cameron Lobby Jones. I'm the lead organizer of this event. My band is King Youngblood, and thank each and every one of you guys for being here. We're gonna get the music going, and then please, we're gonna start tearing down. We're not gonna have anybody come up for the open mic, I'm sorry, but this is an opportunity for you guys to speak up amongst yourselves. We organized this event to make sure that black and brown voices were at the front speaking truth to power through music, through their expression, through their voice, through poetry, through their experience. Now do the same thing amongst yourselves, please. Because one last time, this ain't no picnic.
Somebody looks real passionate over there in the crowd.
This is Beverly Crusher. We're gonna give them the space and then we out of here. Thank y'all very much.
So let me get over here real quick, guys. Looks like the band's getting ready to play. Oh, excuse me. There we go. Oh, you can't be sitting over here disrespecting nobody's mama. That ain't cool nowhere.
Get your bitch ass out of here.
I swear, camera just be here. Camera just be here. I don't know.
We're not fighting each other. We don't do this.
Here we go. Let me see. Maybe let me give this guy a platform. Maybe that helps. Hey, bro. Hold on. What is it? What? How you doing? Okay, it's okay. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you.
Festival, man. I'm not scared of nobody.
I want to hear what you got to say. Well, let me talk to you though. Just come over here. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. What's going on? What's going on in the north? It's all right. No, I'm here for you, bro.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. Yeah, I understand. No, I know, and that's why I'm talking to you in the calm way. So that's what I'm saying. What's going on, man? Don't nobody think you scared, bro. You done came out to the stage, but what's going on?
No, what's going on? The crime rate is outrageous in the north. The crime rate is outrageous. Why we gotta wait last night, man, for people got smoked last night, cuz, and no ambulance showed up. Cause this shit going on down here, right? Niggas got smoked in my hood last night. Where was y'all at, right? I'm down on the roar, right? I'm in the field. Prostitutes missing and stuff. Yo, what's going on, right? Everybody out here screaming change, bro. Elect me or something, right? Let me be your auditor. I got a college degree. Man, I got something to say. How about give me some money, right? I'm upset and I'm angry. And there's no black leaders. There's no Nation of Islam. There's no preachers, man. There's no guidance. So folks getting up out of prison, man. And then they go back to the set. Right? And you got little brothers. I got a little brother right now about that life, right? About that life, he busting guns. What's really going on, right? What's really going on? Unemployed living in the project. Man, they don't care where that money at, right? Give me something. I clean up the neighborhood, the needles in the dirt. If I want to see that, man, I go down to 85th, right? And bounce it back up to 105.
Let me ask you this. I hear everything that you're saying.
Yeah.
And bro, I can understand it. And so my question is it's grease out there in the north, and a lot of people don't know about it. And just hold on, and just right now, you're bringing awareness to it. But what I'm saying is, okay, now, how does that correspond to here? You said that you can't get bleed. You see what I'm saying? You gotta make it. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm just saying you gotta. Hold on. You gotta connect the dots. Okay. No. Okay. And so for people not from Seattle, give me a second. There's a lot of people. Hold on. Just give me 1 second. There's a lot of people who just let me explain to people watching. There's a lot of people. So right now we're in central Seattle, and the area that they're talking about is north of Seattle, That's north of the Ship Canal, and they're talking about 85th. So they're talking about an area that's about 7 miles north of right here. So that's all I was stopping you for, is to give context to people. Okay, sure, I want to hear you.
I got a college degree, right? I got an idea. The media behind me. Why am I meeting with Jay Inslee and nobody down there knows? Nobody knows. No one took anyone's platform. You can't get a platform. The white people coming down here, protesting there, in the field, hanging out, needles in the arm. Now you know the county that for protest. Now all of a sudden there's needles in the field. There's white people coming up to black you after you got that day, you got that night, or you're hitting for it. Right? I'm at a protest, dog, trying to tell you how my back is black life, and you asking to buy your we're out there every day on every.
So, what do you want these people to be doing? What do you want them to be doing?
I got to meet with the governor. Give $50,000, 25 for crime. I'm a full court.
Hold on, I'm gonna get you out the sound. I'm not backing you away. I'm getting you. Hold on, I'm just getting you around from the sound so people can hear you. No, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. I just want people to hear you. I just want people to hear you. I just want people to hear. No. Do that. Let's calm it down. I listen. I want to hear what you got to say. Look, come down here so I can hear you. We can't hear. I want people to hear what you have to say. I'm not. You listen. As soon as we done talking, you go back. Let me hear what you got to say. Let me hear. So tell me what you want people to do. What do you want them to do?
Man, I want you to give me $50,000, man, and start tearing down some of them Asian restaurants on the floor and start building black businesses. Get the hoes out the street. There's people's moms out there. Brothers been going to jail, and they in there waiting. They can't even get bailed off because the case ain't going. And their baby mamas in South Home in the scantily clothes, going up missing. Kids up in there. There's no guidance. There's no nation. There's no preachers, dog. We're confused.
Are you feeling you? But you came in here and you talked about you guys are playing music, you guys are partying, and it's going down on the north end.
That's what they doing. It's going down in the north end on 85th and Greenway. Every day it's rucking. Every day it's rucking. When the last time you drove by the North Precinct? It's boarded up too. It's boarded up too. It's boarded up too, and niggas slide with it. From my hood, I don't got time to come down here all the time and hear about this bullshit. But you ain't gonna scare me. You ain't gonna scare me, my brother, from do so. And I'm gonna come down here and speak it. I ain't here for that. I'm here to protest, dog. Cause my life is hard, and I gotta go back to the streets. My mama gotta make bad decisions, man. And you want to try to fade on me like I'm supposed to be scared? That's the first time I got hit the face. I hit back, nigga. Right? This is what I do on the daily. So you mad about what I got to say? Then you ain't out, but I ain't seen you anywhere. I don't care. Niggas won't run up, niggas want it anywhere. Cause I live in the field, and it's hard being black. And it's hard being black with an education and no job. And they don't care what you wear out there. They don't care what you do. They don't care nothing about you, man. They're down here to get high. They're down here asking, are you hitting for it? Man, I thought we was here for a reason, right? Niggas gotta wait all day to get the microphone. I can't even get the microphone. And when I get it, I gotta fight about it. I'm still gonna be heard, man. So I can't intimidate you, man. And I'm not feeling none of this. I'm not feeling you ain't out passing out peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. You know what I mean? You ain't out picking up needles on the ground, heroin junkies out. You ain't waking up in your doorway in the hood, right? You ain't out there the only one trapping. You gotta trap all night, make beats in your crib, right? Hoping that you can be a rapper. If the place on the street ain't hiring, talking hungry. And I came all the way down here, I waited for the ruckus that's going on up there. So let my message be heard. But when I came down here, I waited for 6 hours. I waited for 6 hours when I turned out live. I watched a lot of people go up. And I'm fired up now. And I ain't trying to hear this. Because I hear this all day in the hood. I hear real music, real drug deals, real things going on. And we're broke. How about just giving some economic stimulus in there, right? Economic while we broke. While we while we in the field.
You said that the North Precinct is boarded up?
The North Precinct is boarded up. And it's blocked off. Right? And every day on Greenwood and 85th, a block away from where I stay at, in the low-income houses in the north, a block away from Aurora, we protest every day. And nobody come out, no media come out, nobody come out. We be in the north being wrong on the daily, I'm not scared. I live in the field, man. Look, I've been shot, I've been robbed, and everybody who perpetrated a crime against me was the same skin color. Let's keep it a buck. You ever beef with your neighbor over a bitch? Huh? You both come outside with the strap. You go out the front door, you go out the back. Open it to the front door, bump into it, nigga, put it to you, you busted. I live in the hood. I've been in my state.
So,
I've done it all.
What do you want people who are here?
I How y'all gonna take our work away, man? Y'all take our work away, man, for this pandemic? So we was barely making it before that. Do you know how far behind we are in rent? How bad we're hurting? I'm college educated. I ain't got my stimulus check. I ain't got my unemployment. And I don't got a job. And I got a hungry baby at the crib. And a baby mama saying, let's get it, daddy. And I just want to be free. I want to be free, dog. I want to smell the air. I'm tired of being in the cell. I'm tired of waiting on the field. Dog, I'm here for a reason. This is real hard, nigga. This is real blackness. Alright? I'm not down here to sell those to white people hang on the field. And if you wanted to be educated, let's talk assets, liability, owner's equity. Let's treat ourselves like entities. Treat ourselves like businesses. Your body is the entity, your mind is the business, right? Yo, young black man, keep your credit right. Because if you don't, then you're gonna be struggling. Living with your mama. If you can't afford renting a high rise, and the job really ain't paying that much, make sure you gonna go get that stat, right? And then you gonna beat some nigga, right? And y'all gonna get popped, right? That nigga live down the street, you live down the street. So how you gonna go get milk? There ain't no police, nigga. Ain't nobody stopping shit that's going on out here like this. Prostitutes ending up missing. Niggas ask questions, wondering what's happening. Nigga, I'm a shit, man. And niggas trying to, I mean, I ain't scared, nigga. I came out here by myself. But anytime, any field you come out the way, the seniors on it.
What's your name?
Man. My name is Gas, man. My brother's Jeremy Blake Finney. He's doing 344 years in the state, Washington State Penitentiary. Down here waiting on the pill, dog, and his case on hold. It's the pandemic. I'm on bail, 30,000 right now. And I gotta wait for justice. I ain't starting my speedy trial, man. I got on February 13th. I'm under all types of stress, my nigga. I'm under all types of stress. Real nigga stress. My rights are being stepped on. Dog, and I'm educated. Elect me. I'll be the auditor. I'll make sure you get your bread on time. I'll make sure we tax these high companies. Yeah, and I'll get punched in the face about it too. These cats can't intimidate me, man. And white people say they want change. You down here, dog, getting hard. Why you down here for that? Why you down here popping pills? I get a ruckus, needles in the field. That shit was something new, man. You're hanging out. I don't got time to sleep, man.
So look, Gas,
down, man.
I diverted you. I'm glad that you came over here and you talked to me. A lot of people don't heard your voice right now, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to follow up on this North. I'm going to come to the North Precinct. You ain't got to tell me twice. You ain't got to tell me twice. You ain't got to tell me twice.
Things going on, man.
We'll be there.
This is nonsense. This is nonsense. And we will never allow this. Because I live in music. I go to sleep with the music blasting. My son wake up with the music blasting and eat Cheerios like daddy, can we turn the music down? And let's keep it real, I'm at the stove cooking now. That baking soda did it in. Sound like, damn, man, when am I gonna get my chance? Go keep the ball outside and shit. I'm living in this. I'm living in this. Baby mama, prostitute shit ain't in school. Pimp nigga looking for my baby mom. Dog, I'm trying to change, I'm trying to stay out the street. Take my job, man. And you don't give me nothing. And you expect me to sit up there a block away from the field, man, with shit going down. Everybody got trapped now.
And so look, bro. Wow. Man. Sorry, excuse me. Man. I mean, that's why we out here, though. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people stop recording when the ruckus stops. But you know what I'm saying? The reason why we here is just to hear from people. And I'll be honest with you, I've been out here for days. I've been out here for a long time. And, you know, whether you agree with this young man or not, I mean, that was passion right there. And it wasn't a chant. It wasn't talking points or anything. That was passion that you saw right there, man. You know, you heard him. Got a job, unemployed because of pandemic, can't get unemployment, can't get stimulus. Said the North Precinct isn't responding to 911s. We'll follow up with that tomorrow. Reach out to the chief. Let's look at the numbers. You know, invited us out there to 85th and Greenwood. We're gonna go. Let's see what it is. But I mean, wow. I mean, I'm glad that's why like that we're streaming, and we moved away from record something and then edit it out. You guys kind of see the whole thing right there. Man. Wow. Not often that I sit in here speechless, but I mean, like I said, no sound bites, no chant, no signboard, just straight up emotion as to what this guy is experiencing out there. Apparently what happened is he said he came here. How are you? He said he came here to speak, and he said that right on, family, thank you. He said that he was waiting for 6 hours to speak, and then finally they transitioned into the band, and he was just kind of irate that he wasn't able to speak because he wanted to tell people. He's like, man, it's really going down in the North End, where his neighborhood. And what he said is just like, man, you guys can't be out here on some festival, and we need you out on the North End. We need awareness on the North End. You know what I'm saying, as to what the situation is. I tell you guys all the time, man, that being out here, it's like peeling an onion, man. You know what I'm saying? Every layer that you peel, man, it just gets realer, you know what I'm saying? And so, this is one problem that, and some people might consider it a problem, some people might not. But I would say it's definitely, excuse me, everybody. There's something in the air down here. This is one issue that, that the Chad is facing, is that you have the core protesters, you have like the core group that's kind of pushing this forward. We talk to them, you know what I'm saying? But the majority of people that you have out here aren't necessarily protesters. They're people who would say that they agree with the thank you, appreciate it. Those are people that appreciate, the sentiment of what's going on, and they understand everything that's going on. But also what's happening is that you'll get people who come out here, and like this guy, he's like, man, it's going down in my neighborhood, and I come out here and there's people dancing in the street. And I think that what the Chaz and the Chop, they got a PR issue that they're gonna have to deal with here real quick, fast, in a hurry, because a message to the world is like, oh man, guys protested against the police evacuated, abandoned their precinct, and so for a lot of people, this is the epicenter of, social justice. This is the epicenter of a cause. This is the epicenter of a fight. You know what I'm saying? For social justice, and so we get a lot of people now who travel here to the Chaz thinking that it's like everybody here is on some, well, man, let's act now for social justice. And I'll go back up there, Tess. And when they come here, though, this is what they're finding. Now, the hardcore people is here. Don't get me wrong. But a problem that people here in the Chaz, if people are coming here and they're like, yeah, man, my neighborhood's whatever, the police are beating us up, it's X, Y, and Z, and then they're popping in over here and they're expecting to, you know what I'm saying, be greeted with like people maybe like mine for action and things like that. This is what they're seeing. I mean, I just gotta tell you guys, what it is, and so you see it how I see it. And we heard that this was how this guy expressed his frustration. You know what I'm saying? He also said that, like, man, you know, that he feels that it's a lot of people who are here now in this Chaz zone or CHOP that are just on something totally different. And I mean, we're hearing that frustration in his voice. You know what I'm saying? But this is what we're finding out here, and this is why the guys at Chaz and CHOP, however it is, I know the website's there, the Twitter is up today. I was able to actually send that out to a few people. Is that, like, man, guys, I mean, they're making their demands for the government, but they might want to also set expectations for the public as to, like, you know, hey, what's up, man? Thank you. Thank you, Bobby. They might want to really put it out there as to, like, what's all. I'll go back up there, Massacre, because you have a convergence of a lot of different worlds here, man. There's a convergence of a lot of different worlds, stuff that's happening right here. What's up, man? You're welcome. Thank you. And someone who has left their neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, upset, dejected, everything, that's coming here and maybe looking for one thing. This is kind of like, you know, they're running into this. So, I mean, it's fine. The Chaz is just going to be whatever it's going to be, and we're not here to judge it, you know, unless, I mean, yeah. I mean, that isn't necessarily our job, but I will say that they're going to have to be able to get something together. Wait, did you see that exchange? Just up there with the young man? Did any of you guys see that?
Yeah, we were there.
Oh, you and Jeremy?
Yeah.
You weren't there? Huh. You mind?
Jeremy's got commentary on it.
No, but do you mind talking about it?
Jeremy.
No, but hold on. Let me talk to you first, Bobby.
Yeah.
You gotta come around here.
Well, I don't know exactly what was said.
Well, no. So I'm just talking about the Chaz as a whole. That, you know, they've sent a signal out to the world. They're like, man, this is the place where it's like, you know, we protested, we battled the police ran away. This is, you know, it's the epicenter of justice and how people want to live and everything. And then what we see with this young man, and even like behind us right now, it's I'm not calling it a party atmosphere. It's lively, but Capitol Hill is usually lively on a Sunday night. But like, what are some of the? What I said is they might need to work on their PR communications, because if people, they need to set an expectation for people who come here, bro. Especially people who are coming here dejected from their neighborhood, thinking that this is the place now to come, because, you know what I'm saying?
I think he had a good point, a lot of good points of what's going on, at least from his perception of what's going on. I believe I heard him say that he hasn't been out here all the time. He got down here what he sees, and, you know, he doesn't agree with it. And where did he say he lived?
85th and Greenwood. He said Aurora's going down. He said they can't get no police response out there.
Yeah.
So basically, he said he was coming here because the North End needs help.
Yeah.
He said that he waited for 6 hours to try to talk to people and tell them what's going on in the North End. And then it was like, you know, then nobody let him talk. And so, you know, and then you see where the camera started. And, you know, I mean, sometimes the camera is a good de-escalation tool. You know what I'm saying? And I saw before it popped off, people heard me on the screen being like, hey, man, there's a guy over there. It was pretty emotional. Let's go talk to him. And by the time we made it over there, you know, they were scuffling and everything. But
yeah, you did a good job of de-escalating that situation.
But he also said that he was representing his community and he wanted everybody to take action, and nobody up there not what he was saying.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that, like, it's difficult for people who come here, to the Chaz, people who come here, I think that, you know, I mean, this is all this stuff is new and it's growing by the day.
But he wanted people to take action. He said that people weren't taking action. But in his neighborhood would take action if people didn't have to step up.
And this is what I'm saying. And I mean, from our end, we can reach out to the Seattle Police Department and see. It's like, man, are they getting 911 calls? What's the response time out there in the North Precinct? Are they responding on the North Precinct? So, this is Chaz After Dark. This night shift is much different than the other night shift. I'll be honest with you. The other night shift used to get funky. It's like these guys want to dance. So the BLM signs out here. So we want to come back over here, Cal Anderson Park, which again is dark tonight. You know, I guess it's a. Thank you so much. I guess it's love-hate between the Chaz and the city of Seattle. I mean, listen, I'm not even sitting here and saying side of protesters, side of anybody, but what I am saying is all together, cumulatively out here, it's probably over 1,000 people. And Cal Anderson Park provides a lot of lighting, not only for the people in the park, but as you can imagine, the lights actually go over to the street. And now we got an email from the city a while ago that said the lights were going to be on until 4 a.m. And that was just an update to us as the media, saying lights would be on until 4 a.m. And, you know, just as a journalist, I'm just saying is to have all these people here with no lighting. And so now a lot of people will be like, well, they're autonomous zone, they gotta do this, and that. But it's like there's other areas where the city is collaborating with the zone. And, you know, the lighting of this park, just me stepping to the side on this, the lighting of this park with all of these people in it, I think is important. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just from public safety. And I want people to remember something is that, like, man, right now especially, and what you've seen throughout the day, I mean, at least 85% of the people, that are even out here right now are people that are, these are people, what's up, side guy?
Hey, we're out here.
These are people who just, you know, I mean, they're just out here. They're actually tourists, to be honest with you. And putting this in context, like I said, for people there in the city of Seattle, and I'm not trying to talk about these lights on behalf of these protesters. That's their job. I'm talking about these lights on behalf of somebody who's just sitting out here, is that 90% of the people who are out here right now are tourists. And these tourists, guess what? These are, a lot of them are citizens of this city from other areas that are visiting here. A lot of these people are out here, they got jobs, they got this, they got that. And so it's like, you know, that it's not necessarily the safety of the people in the Chaz that's even the concern that's coming out my voice, is that, like, man, you have a lot of people here from across Seattle. I just saw Cy Holland right there. He lives in the CD. You see what I'm saying? I mean, and so he's a...
And I am shocked.
Shocked, huh?
It's crazy to me how many people don't walk through those buildings, through those doors, and now it's boarded up. That's so mind-blowing to me. I know countless people that have walked through those buildings, through those doors, and now it's boarded up, man. Hey, man, this is America. Change is coming. I don't see anything but change in a different direction. It's a positive direction, and I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? Step on their necks. They stepped on ours, we step on theirs. It makes a change.
What do you think? Is this your first time here in the Chaz Zone?
No. I've been here maybe about 3 times.
What are your thoughts?
My honest thoughts, it's a lot. It's nowhere near as bad as people try to make it seem, and I'm glad of that. Like the negative is not that. It's peaceful. It's love. It's it's enjoying a certain space. A lot of people have positive things going on all over this joint. Free everything. You know, you can't beat that. Like it's going towards the way of ideal world, but at the same time, it's like I don't know if it's taken away from the movement and what the movement means. Like,
well, we just had a young man who came down from the north end, from 85th and Aurora,
yeah,
and he was real emotional because he said that, like, man, he said they're suffering up there around police issues, and he said he came down here to the chest thinking that, like, you know, this is the epicenter of revolution, so to speak, around these kind of issues.
Yeah.
And he said that, like, man, he was just kind of put off by what he's seeing here.
Yeah, because it's not. It seems like a party. It seems like a party, but I feel like, okay, if you're going to have a party, you got to be celebrating something that's correct, and nothing's yet to change. As far as the policies, as far as the laws, nothing's changed. So what are we celebrating? Like, we got to get back focused on what's right. I agree with Buddy. Like, I don't know what this is supposed to be. I hear people say that this is a folk life, you know, and I'm like, it's cool that it's a good, positive space. People are antsy right now, so that makes sense. But what's the end goal of this? Because we got to start doing something. I know people are having the meetings that need to be had, but we got to keep pushing it. Put our foots on their necks like they put their foots on ours. You know what I'm saying?
All right, that's what's up. Good looking outside. Be safe out here.
I'm glad you're doing what you're doing.
And thank you. So that's Cy Holland from the Central District. What's up, bro? So this is a new kind of mutual aid. Actually, this was a donation area here, and we took some photos earlier. There's a long line for donation. People came out here to donate stuff. It's a drop-off area for donations. And, you know, what Cy just said something about things being free. That's because there's so much mutual aid out here. You know what I'm saying? This is the mutual aid area.
Have you been up to where the papers are at and stuff, where the gardens are at?
Where's that?
Back behind the park.
Well, I'm here by the wall, and we'll go over there. And then just a few feet from the dance party, right there in the middle of Pine, it's a place that, you know what I'm saying, I always bring you guys here every day. You know, some point through our walk around here, I bring you guys back here because, like I said, we see, you know, less than 100, 200 feet away, you know, as the music is blaring, people are dancing in the streets and everything else. But every day here, especially guys that have been following me for a while, you see that this memorial actually continues to grow and increasing in size. And you got a whole nother group of people here who aren't going to go up to hear a political speech on the top of the hill. They're not going to go and do the dance party over there on Pine Street. They're not going to go and play with Super Soakers in Cal Anderson Park.
I just want to say I appreciate what you're doing.
No problem. Thank you. But it's a lot of people who continue to just come here. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Kimberly. This is where they come, and I think when people talk about maybe some things losing focus and everything else, and that's why it's like, even, you know, on this stream, it's like, man, you know, I think that I would do you guys a disservice not to come by here, you know what I'm saying, and for people, you know, not to see it. And it's so much bigger than a George Floyd and everything else. Clearly, that was a catalyst. You know what I'm saying? That was definitely a catalyst. But even this memorial here, so much bigger than George Floyd. And I would actually say that the memorial wall is a grounding point here, because it's the middle ground between the politics on the top of the hill and sometimes a party on the bottom of the hill. But right here in the middle is, you know, what's really become sacred ground. I was with ABC earlier with Nightline, and, you know, I I always tell that story of the last night before the barricade fell, which would have been a week ago today, the last night that the Western Barricade was up. And, you know, as the police were there and they were firing, and the National Guard, and they were firing rubber bullets, and they were firing flashbangs and everything else, man, you had protesters who were protecting the memorial wall. I mean, they sat here, rubber bullets, they were getting hit with rubber bullets and everything. And people wanted to protect this memorial. And so, you know, this is definitely, I think, a grounding point, because so many people come here. They're not interested in going, like I said, to the speech at the top. They're not interested in dancing in the streets with these guys over here, but they are interested in finding some sort of sense of community, you know, and some sort of sense of redemption of overall humanity. So, you know, we find a lot of different things, and we're going to go back out here into the mix, and we'll find a lot of different perspectives and a lot of different views and everything else. But, you know, that's something to keep in mind, the memorial wall. So, hey, Eric, I just got to tie my shoe real quick.
This art on this wall, this air calligraphy, was created by a local favorite, Malcolm. He has a clothing line and a brand called Wolf Deluxe. Really great clothing, really great art. So I say go support Wolf Deluxe with an X.
And he's the lady in the wheelchair. I ended up helping her. I had like turbulent aid stuff in my bag, so I followed and helped with it. But just being able to see it and showing people too, because a lot of people, you know, they're not in the area or they just don't want to see it. You know, it's like, this shit's being serious. So I don't understand. We were there on the 30th. Attacked everybody the first Saturday.
So our fellows, that was started by Mason.
Look at that. That's the big, such a handsome gentleman. Converge shirt.
Hopefully, I'll wait to give him the post-COVID look. There you go. Hey, Robbie.
In good shape.
So then,
Somebody said, hi, Eric. Yeah, so that's the park. I mean, it's really dark, you know. And I don't know if these guys are negotiating with the city or what, but I mean, that's a big safety hazard over there. That park is dark. This was another thing that popped up. It's kind of interesting. This is the conversation circles. We touched on this a little bit yesterday, but I talked to the guy this morning, earlier this afternoon, who actually organized these. And he said it started off, he came out with 2 chairs and a sign that just said, let's talk. You know what I'm saying? And from those 2 chairs and his sign that just said, let's talk, they've got these conversation circles that go all day long, and people are, you know, discussing issues that are important to them. And, you know, it's not necessarily about resolution, I don't think. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's more about people being able to come together and have some sort of discussion about what's going on. And, you know, and sometimes they're able to find resolution, or sometimes people share ideas or thoughts. But, you know what I'm saying, again, because I just want to give you all the views, you know what I'm saying? Again, these aren't people that necessarily came here to listen to political speeches or bands or dance in the street, but they did want to come out and they wanted to be part of the process. And, you know, they do these conversation circles. This is the northern part of 11th. We actually don't come down here too much these days. It's a mutual aid tent. We good. So what you got? V8 Energy, what is it, tomato? So these guys over here, these are some of the things that you can get over here at Mutual Aid. Everything from banana to bagels to PPE. I'm gonna take one of these. I ain't never seen no V8 Energy drink, man. You sure this ain't bootleg? You ain't seen what either, huh? Man, I don't know, man. Does V8 even make energy? If it get funky, I'm coming back here, man. Basketball courts up. Airball. So in front of us up here, we're approaching the northern barricade on 11th Avenue. Again, that's Cal Anderson Park over there. Very dark.
So whenever you hear that speech on this side, that means we missed the fight.
Oh. I mean, it's dangerous over there though. There's no light.
Yeah, this is great. This is
Well, you know, we're always a magnet for danger anyway, so I guess we'll go over here into the park. Somebody's saying this is not a party. They're saying this is not a party. She said, you're asking for people not to take us seriously. This is not a party.
What would it look like if everybody was here in this space respecting it? You know, this is our home right now.
I want to get this audio. It's an indigenous woman that's who's speaking. This is not okay. Yep, something occurred. Eric was right. He said every time this kind of speech happens, something happened. So they need to respect people who live in the homes. That's right there. We're inside of Cal Anderson Park, a very dark Cal Anderson Park. She said there's children out here. It's late. She said it doesn't feel like a safe space. This ain't the place you guys used to come through the party. This is a place of action, intentional action.
Not just over there on 12th.
Not just over there on 12th.
But all of this space.
All of this space. It's a place for intentional action.
What I've witnessed over in Standing Rock.
She's talking about her experience at Standing Rock.
We want to talk about policing and what we can do for each other and how we can take care of each other.
TP's here now.
This does not look like that space. What we look like out here is a hot mess.
She said it looked like a hot mess.
A hot mess. A bunch of people that don't know what they're doing and why they're out here doing it.
A bunch of people that don't know what they're doing and why they're out there doing it.
Party, go to a club.
If you want to party, go to a club.
If you want to party, go to a casino where they sell alcohol.
If you want to go to a party, go to a casino where they sell alcohol. Don't do it out here.
Don't do it out here. Man, my heart is breaking because a lot of people are out working hard, and I'm one of those people. And I'm disabled, my back hurts, my knees hurt, but now my heart hurts.
Thank you, Angelina.
Now my spirit hurts because there are people not getting sleep. There are people out doing a lot of things to make this, to get our point across and to get justice. Don't give them a reason to come in here and to take more lives. We gotta do it differently. This is unacceptable. So if this right now, it's 10 o'clock, it is what, 10, 11 o'clock? Man,
10 o'clock.
The night is over. If you're gonna be here, be respectful. Be respectful. It's not okay. And the music needs to be at a level to where the neighbors, to where the people that live in this community, whether you respect them or not, you need to carry respect. Because I think a lot of people have given for us to be here. The businesses, the people of this community.
Thank you.
They have given a lot. They have sacrificed a lot for us all to be here. And the actions that I've been seeing, it's not okay. It needs to stop. It needs to change right now.
Well, we didn't see what happened. We didn't see what happened, but something definitely did happen. Like Eric said when we were walking over here, when you hear that kind of speech, then you can tell that something occurred, and we don't know what occurred, and might not necessarily be appropriate at the moment to ask her what occurred. We might be able to talk to her. So, I mean, what's interesting tonight, guys, you're seeing it unfold in front of your own eyes. You saw a young black kid from North Seattle who's like, yo, this ain't all right. And now you've seen a Native American woman elder, and I've talked to her before. She's Yakima, Nez Perce, and there's 2 other tribes. And so
surrounding people's attention, I would like to talk to you about the services that are going on around the park at this time. I want to talk to you about the ways in which you can help, the ways in which we can stop partying and start fucking working. If you can see me, you can see what I'm personally doing. This is what I have been doing for the last 5, 6 nights. Something like that. I didn't show up Tuesday. I was here on Monday. That's when I could come. I wanted to be there. I wanted to see the tear gas with them, not because I want to be fucking tear gassed. Because this system is terrible. We need to change it. Why do we want to defund the police? The fuck we gonna do with that money? We need to put, for me, I want to see our trash receptacles. I want to see picks at all the fucking bus stations if we can, so people can on their own pick up trash. Because I've seen them every day on their own using my utensils to pick up fucking trash. I want to see our mental health services that we have over there. We have licensed therapists that are here. Why the fuck are they here for you? Some of you motherfuckers got problems. I got problems. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can. Yes, you are correct. You are correct. Thank you. Thank you.
It's over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap right now.
Thank you guys. Very passionate about this.
wow, look, I mean, she's got people coming to the fence. They're like, what's going on?
Right?
Yeah, I'm Omari.
I've been watching you for I've been out here too.
But
when I'm not out here, I keep updates on what's going on watching you, man.
Oh man, thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, man. We will. So, like I said, we saw this young black kid from 85th and Greenwood. We see a native elder from the Yakima and Nez Perce Nation. and they're kind of saying the same thing tonight. Guys they gotta figure it out here. You know, if their goal is, you know what I'm saying, to what's up, man?
There's your people know there's a group downtown. They're marching on the West Precinct. They're planning to meet here at 7:30 again tomorrow. March on the West Precinct. Keep the momentum going.
Yeah, and so you mean the West Precinct or the downtown precinct?
That's the same thing, right?
No, well, the West Seattle actually has their own precinct, which is the West Precinct.
West Precinct in Google, but the one that's a mile away from. Right,
yeah, that's actual downtown precinct. Downtown has police headquarters. Well, you know, this is the thing is I live 1 block from the downtown precinct to where they're marching to. So I hope they don't.
7 blocks from the downtown precinct.
Who, me?
7 blocks.
No, I live.
7.
Yeah, 7 blocks. Well, it's all good, man. I've been telling people I live right over there.
That's much closer to my house.
There's 4 or 5 different directions from that precinct. So anyway, I'm not tripping. I'm not worried about nobody after me. I'm worried about them tearing up my building. It's a lot of glass in that building. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, exactly. It's 9th and Virginia. Yeah. So they're going down there to that precinct, huh? What is it?
It looked like they were over there, and they were there for a bit, and now it looks like they're marching again.
Oops. Hold on. Oh. Whatever. So this is downtown.
I don't know exactly.
The downtown precinct. Hold on. Well, okay, the BLM is behind them, so that means that they're actually walking up Pine Street. You know, I'm Seattle through and through, man. 29th and Jackson on mine, James A. Garfield. So you see the heart with the BLM right there? You can only see that directly from Pine Street.
Right.
So that means they're marching up from the westerly direction, up the hill to the easterly direction. They'll probably actually be back here soon. Yeah, there's town business on mine, man. You know what I'm saying? I grew up using map books and everything else before it was Google, man. I know how these streets work.
Not all these people are here because they give a fuck about the music. I understand that. No, I understand that. But playing loud music and having a good time inside of us all believing in the same way. All of us, a lot of us have the same message, and us enjoying in that and feeling a sense of community. One, that's important.
Cry all day, and then the loud music because of the neighbors and that the specificity,
One mic.
There's also a sound system going on the same.
Right. And so what? Right.
Enough respect.
What? I've been sitting over there for an hour.
I've been here. Because I waited to talk to him.
Okay. And I'm telling you the issues that I'm experiencing by the hour, every hour, since I've been here for 14 years.
Excuse me, there's one man that's really been here since day one.
That's not even what I'm talking about.
And if you want to know, anything, you should ask that.
No. I'm trying to explain.
That's not why.
You think I came up to you because that's all I care about?
This is turning into just a battle.
Okay, let me finish.
Is that when giving a message to people with that kind of an audience, specificity is necessary.
Absolutely.
And in saying the music is too loud, we need to respect our environment, our neighbors, and our allies in this, in solidarity. That is necessary and significant. But I was lacking some specificity in saying
because you said
you guys
this is wrong. You weren't talking about what
we can't speak in vague ambiguities because people aren't going to receive that message. You have to be very tailored and specific in what you say to them. That's the point I think that we've been trying to say. And so in all of it, what his point I think he's trying to say is that
go ahead.
He's my brother, I know what he's saying. What he's trying to say is that joy, when we've been out on the streets crying and we've been shouting and we have anger, it is necessary to experience joy within that. And so joy is not the thing we want to take away. We don't want people to say you can't have fun for a second. when we know you've been out there this whole time. What we want to say is I know, and we get that, but people who are sitting here listening,
about people threatening taking my shit
think
because
it's
I'm not playing the music they want to play. But we're trying to spit.
What I'm saying is what I see right now. Let me speak to
One mic. There's one mic between you guys. There's one mic.
I never got to see why I went. I have.
You're telling me about shit you don't know because you haven't been here.
I
You don't know that. Don't talk to him like that.
All right, bro. Just leave me alone.
You sound very frustrated, and we support you in that. We do support you. I don't want you to think that we're trying to distract from your message, because we're not.
I get
How about we give everybody a minute on the mic? How about that? How about we give everybody at least 2 minutes on the mic? How about that?
I'm talking about the fights that I almost seen break out right here.
That's all good. We gon' fight.
That's all good.
For everybody to be able to
Getting the
everybody fighting for a mic to speak this time of night when there's neighbors. That right here.
Elder Storefront right here.
Right, exactly.
The time of night we're talking about.
And that's what that is this exactly what you said. Exactly it. Right.
No, she's talking about
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I hear that.
And I'm not saying people can't have fun, but right now it's late.
It's
And
late.
right
We
now,
need to
people
respect
are
our
trying to fight
environment.
each other out here, and that is not okay. And I see children out here just a little bit ago with their mother. I mean, I
We
don't
need to all
even
be
know
on
how
the
many
same page when
elders.
the sun goes down, that we need to bring it down in a respectful way, experience joy.
And we're not focused on the one energy that has a right to talk.
Okay.
Because we're all still talking.
We're here for the same reason,
I'm
you
ready to
guys.
shut the fuck up
We're
right
here
now.
for the same reason. We are.
So that's what I was
I hear you. I hear you.
I'm not saying nobody can have fun, but the music is loud and people are trying to fight. And right now, and this young man, what he expressed to me is that people have been trying to hug him for his system and for all this stuff, and that's not right either.
It's not.
That's not
He's
right
a valid
either.
reason to be concerned.
Okay,
to
so
be upset.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna be here. I'm just happen to be here so we can bring the Tarpy over here. Okay, and I've been witnessing all this stuff, right? And so when I came over here, it's because I seen fights almost break out, and it's heartbreaking because we're in this space, and there's a lot of work that's been done up to this point, a lot of sacrifice. And so if we're gonna do things right, that fighting and having music up this loud when there's community, there's neighbors, and there's children, that part right now, that's what I'm saying.
We're all on the same page with that.
Okay.
And the only thing
So,
I think that was
as
trying
far
to be
as this
mentioned
young man-
was
Yeah.
that we got to be specific and that you can't be stealing from people. Respect their space.
Exactly.
Respect the environment.
Okay,
Respect the community and the fact that we are amongst others who have been supporting us. And may not be out here right now, but they're around. And we cannot be starting and initiating violence. We cannot be taking from people and not respecting every person of every color. They are all here. We are here in solidarity together. And so in that specificity in the message, when someone does have the mic, when it was one of you or I don't know who was speaking, it was really lovely. And the point, I think it was you, the point you were making was extremely valid. But we just have to tailor it to say, most of us are here for the right reasons. Those of you who aren't need to leave. That's it. We're not gonna speak in broad generalities to you. We're telling you that you're not helping us. We're putting our lives at risk. You are harmful. You're being harmful and negative to people who are here also in support.
People to do that because no one's doing that.
Well, I mean, when you guys do have the mic like that and you have an audience, that's in those environments. That's when it's extra significant to use tailored words. That's it. And it sounds like we're all on the exact same page.
How can we be on the same page right now?
Right now, I think we are. It's just
I
make
think
sure we
that
tailor our
your brother
language.
feels like I said something to offend him. Did I?
Not
Okay,
offend.
if you want to say something to me, I'm right here. I'm right here.
What I'm trying to make things clear is that I understand that you want respect, and I agree with that.
Take enough.
Okay. And I agree with that. Okay. But the one thing is that you need to be specific in what way you want respect. If you saw people fighting, say you don't want people fighting. If you saw people trying to rob this guy's equipment, say you don't want motherfuckers trying to steal from people who are supporting the cause.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to finish what I'm saying. That anger's not directed at you. It's frustration.
We've been out all day too. We know. Yeah.
And I understand when you say that if you were here, being here,
yes,
I agree with that because there's a lot of people here, who are not really part of the cause. They're here because it's cool and it's hip. And I get that.
But there are more of us that are here.
No, yeah, and there's more of us that are here for a good reason. We are here for a reason. That's the only reason I came up here, because I can tell someone like you has a voice, and people listen to the voice that you say. But I also think that feeling a sense of community, even if it's loud music, is that our people got killed. I know you understand that. I know you understand that.
For over 500 years.
No, I understand.
But they're trying to erase us.
No, that's what I'm saying.
All of us.
That's
brown, black, indigenous.
Exactly, I agree with you 100%.
Oppression isn't a competition.
It's not a competition.
No. In community, we all have experiences.
We were agreeing. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said I know you understand it. It's not a competition. I know that you know what it feels like to have your people raped and to have no one believe you, have no one see
or
you,
murdered,
no
and it never be talked about.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
History erased.
This whole country was stolen from 1 second. I'm trying to have a talk.
I really need a chair. I'm in a lot of
Let's get you a chair.
One more thing. I'm sorry. But the person who has your voice, try to be specific as possible. Remember that sometimes the music and the sense of community is that gets bodies on the ground.
So they bring
bodies on the ground are included. But that's all I'm just trying to say.
No, honey, and I appreciate you, and I just want you all to know that.
You didn't offend me.
If you guys have the music playing in the day and it's been playing all day, that's one thing, and that's okay. I'm not saying you guys can't be out here and have a joy.
Thank you for whatever. That chair.
But yes, thank you. But the thing about I'm saying is, what time of night is it? And we do have neighbors. There are neighbors here. There are people that live in this community, and there are people that it's 10:22. At what point does the music stop? Out of respect for our surroundings. At what point?
Have a daily conversation with the coalition of the neighbors. This girl's name is Rose, and she's up in, and each day she comes up and we talk about what time we're gonna stop music for that particular evening.
So it's a Sunday night.
Yeah, we are all in agreement on what you're saying.
Is the music done right now?
It should be.
And are you gonna put your stuff away?
The concern I have is the people that don't necessarily agree, because we are all continuously learning the path we are all trying to be on at the same time. We all think we are on the same page, but until we understand and listen to each other, we're not going to be on the same page. We're in the same chapter, but I brought down, I don't know how much, this isn't for me, this is for you guys to use as a platform. If I don't feel safe, and if our agenda, which we have scheduled days in advance, can't happen because some other people want party music to happen, then we had 3,000 people in the NAACP here earlier, and after that some other people wanted to come and play some harder music than what we were trying to do. And I didn't have anybody else. I had a lot of people talking about how they wanted to help, and nobody else was helping me while I was trying to deal with 4 or 5 people behind my desk telling me that I was being racist for not trying to play their music.
You didn't know what everybody needs to do is stand on their toes and say, I'm done with it right now. And that's what I asked you to do. So when you say that you didn't have anybody saying that, I know it's your shit, right? I told you that, though. It's cool.
But I do not want to take my speakers away, but if we cannot come to a mutual agreement,
it has to be more than just you. People have to be working to make sure they're defending your
then
there needs to be
he's not ready to say no.
So you guys can be heard. No, it's not my agenda. It is not my program to decide what comes out, but it is my job to maintain the proper energy level, and make sure our message is not disputed.
Exactly.
Deserve respect.
Thank you for that.
One of the big things that we're trying to do
having different messages, figuring out which one makes sense. I think people should have
like you said, the fun. It is unhealthy to experience any one emotion 24 hours a day. I don't want people being angry and pissed off. Of course, we're the rejuvenation station. Fucking come wiggle your butt for a minute and then get back out there and get your mission.
Don't take advantage.
We can't make it about that. We have to be receptive and stick to what it is that we are trying to achieve. Fuck Chaz, we are not Chaz. We are not autonomous. We are not seceding. protesting.
Right.
We are fucking changing the system within. We had 60,000 people at the fucking silent march. I'm sorry for swearing. 2 days ago, and we have the momentum. And the only thing, all the people have been assassinated in the last 150 years are people that have tried to integrate white people and black people. Yo, and that's the only thing that has fucking kept us down. And that's what they're fucking, scared of.
Joy has to supplement the movement.
And it's hard, and these are waters none of us have navigated before. But we have to listen to each other and have patience.
Yeah, I'm from Hackensack, New Jersey, but the reason why I wanted to talk about this real quick is you all need to look at Camden, New Jersey. Some of you may know what's going on in Camden, New Jersey 7 years ago. They defunded the police department.
Nice.
Where's my nephew?
I'm taking his place for a
Once they defunded
he just ran over.
they hired a new police chief and then hired everybody back. Once they hired everybody back, they made sure that 600 of the people that they hired became not a policeman, but a community security officer. And since the 7 years that this happened, the first year after it happened, crime went down 67%. This is a blueprint that Seattle needs to find.
This is the specificity that we need. This is the man that we talk.
This is easy.
Can we get him on the mic?
All you have to do
This
is
is information.
Google CNN.
Mama says it's okay.
It's kind of a tomorrow thing.
In Camden, New Jersey, and CNN has an hour talk about this very program of what they did and how they got the crime rate, the police brutality to go down. And use that as a blueprint to get somebody like Biden and everybody else to come in Seattle, the police chief, the security in Seattle. If we get that to happen, I think we make some legitimate progress and look at the blueprint that they've been doing this for 7 years. They put each housing project as policemen that live there. They know the grandmothers and grandfathers. Right. They know which kids are doing the bad things and they talk to them. They don't beat them in the head. They say, look, you can't be doing this stuff.
Right. That's the old way.
And that's the way they have community policing.
That's the way it happens.
You teach them attitude. You teach them attitude.
Like even in traditionally with tribes, we have villages. Before colonization, we had villages. And so in our villages, we know each other. We know the families. Before invaders, before colonizers came here, we had a way of life that where we all knew each other. Okay, and
community.
So when somebody did something, everybody knew it, and they would, and there would be community response to that about how to handle these situations within community.
Would it be the community?
So
it wouldn't be a
this is
separate
a
force
community.
outside of the community.
It wouldn't be outside.
Exactly.
It would be the community.
Part of the community.
So in this space, we are the community. And when I say policing, I mean us. Like taking and holding each other responsible.
So let me tell you what they did.
With specificity,
Once they did
You're saying
that,
some real shit.
once they did that, they hired everybody back. They got rid of the police union. They separated themselves totally with the police union. They separated themselves with the DA. They had the district attorney and the prosecutor were totally separate, and the medical examiner. So you do those three things. This was in Camden, New Jersey. Okay, right outside of Philadelphia, in South Jersey. Google it, CNN, Camden, New Jersey Police Department.
Sounds
See the
good.
whole story. It's on there. And this is what people here in Seattle, New York, Tennessee, LA, Baltimore. And
This is the way forward. This is what we do after the funding the police. This whole day, I
question maybe you want to talk about off topic.
And that's like you need to go on the phone.
Talk about police and the community, right? This is for Black Lives Matter, right? So you see that big tent? When cameras are flying out here, what do you think the headline is going to come from what's going on? That's what I'm trying to say. That's a win, bro. I got you, bro. You know what I mean? Let me talk, bro. Yeah. They got to take that tent down. They got to come down. That tent right there about fossil fuels, that has to come down right now. That's not about Black Lives Matter. That's what I'm trying to say. At all.
This is not.
That's not
my
about
turn
Black
to talk.
Lives
Everybody,
Matter.
listen to what I'm saying now. My time to talk. This is a Black Lives Matter protest. Black Lives Matter protest. Right now, black people are being taken advantage of. Our movement that we had in front of that precinct is being taken advantage of by what? Nomads. people that's camping and shit like that, living out here, doing acid, doing crack, coke, everything right now is being taken advantage of black people movement. Bro, I don't have nothing, I promise you this. My daughter's a macabre. I don't have nothing. Yes, that's not a part of black people's movement. We're here because we want justice for people that we lost. From not even this year, not even last year, for 300 years ago. No, centuries, brother. Centuries.
We fight for everybody. It's the first time everybody came out for us. The first.
We don't know about whose soil this was. We don't know whose soil this was. You feel me? We just know we never had a piece of it. We just know we never had a piece of it. You feel me? We know that we never had no shares of it. Understand that. We don't know who it was stole from, but we know that when black people were here, we didn't have nothing of this part of this land. You feel me? All we want is our share, basically, bro. I felt like this whole protest, this is still a protest, but right now we're being taken advantage of by everybody you're looking at right now.
That tent is going to be the only thing to come from this movement.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
That got to come down right now.
You got up there today.
That's why they put it up there
today.
Because of the drones.
There was nothing about Black People Lives Matter up there. It was only about the soil. This is not about that, guys. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. Like,
indigenous people, 2 years ago, when they found that lawsuit, they made us a dark-skinned native could not be part of that lawsuit. You cannot come out here and do this to us.
Bro, this
it's not fair.
You did not include it. We were not included in this. We were not.
Am I telling the truth? They don't speak for every single one of them.
Am I telling the truth?
I'm telling you right now, as a woman who's part Native, who's part Black,
my daughter is a
they do not speak
My
for
daughter is a
everyone.
macabre. Am I telling the truth?
We do not want to alienate.
Dark-skinned natives not included in the federal law.
You may be correct or not, but listen, that does not speak for every Native American.
Answer my question. Were dark-skinned natives not included?
Do not
They
strawman
were not
me.
included.
It is not strawman
Were
me.
they
There's
not
not a
included?
one or the other.
Were they not raped? We're light-skinned natives?
Are we about Black Lives Matter? This is about Black Lives Matter, right? This is about Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter only.
Black Lives Matter only. This is Black Lives Matter only.
This is why Black Lives Matter.
This is why Black Lives Matter. Yes, because you take everything away.
You're alienating allies. You're alienating allies.
No, this is why Black
We need
Lives
to be
Matter.
unified. And if you don't understand that,
you need to be unified fighting for Black Lives Matter in this moment.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
We fight for everybody all the time.
You got people fighting for their own freedom.
That tent says Black Lives Matter as a sub-note at the very bottom. Look at that tent.
You're alienating allies.
The Eagle Son. Eagle Son.
Disrespect. It's complete disrespect. It's complete utter disrespect. It's complete disrespect to that man who got his neck stepped on.
Go within yourself,
It's
bro.
complete disrespect to that man who got his neck stepped on.
Trying to get answers out of just knowing that we haven't been hurt. No, it's okay. It's not about that. I understand that. So what am I doing now?
They were alienating allies. All the messages combined together are much louder. And if they don't understand that, they're detracting from the movement regardless. I don't care who you say, what you're doing. When they say, put your hands down, you're not Black. No, I'm part Black. Okay? I fucking know. People are not. People are not white too. People are not. I'm part Native. I'm part Hispanic. And guess what? You don't tell. I'm speaking. You don't tell people to put their hands down when they're out here, even marching through the streets. You don't tell people.
Drip! Drip!
Somebody drop something. Somebody drop something right there.
What's up, boys? You know me, man.
Yeah, just give me 1 second. I gotta pull this out my ear. Can you take these earbuds out? All right, so you guys now, the reason why I brought the camera over here is you guys now say something that what we're seeing on Twitter and a lot of other statements. Like, I get feedback from everybody, believe me. Far left. Hold on. So just let me finish what I'm saying. Is I getting feedback all the way from the far left to the far right, where people are saying is like, is this still about a Black Lives Matter? Is this still, was it ever about that? And what is this now? You see what I'm saying? What is it, Chad? You pointed out something when you was over there talking. You said somebody who's been here from day one is me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And every single day I've been out here. So now I just wanted to follow up with you guys because it's important everybody hears people's voices. How are you feeling the state of this protest, Chaz or Chop, whatever it is right now, relates to the original cause of why you first came out here. I've seen this brother a little, but you know, I first met you like on day 1 or day 2.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Because I came out here from day 1 and day 2 to preach what I believe in for my movement, for my people to get our part in this situation. You feel me? You already have the natives speaking on their own part. You already have people that's homeless right now, that's tenting. When I came from New York, check this. When I came from New York City 2 months ago, I came in the Greyhound bus and I drove in Seattle. I seen tents everywhere in Seattle out there. You feel me? That's a whole nother movement. Those people, they're trying to fight so they don't have to pay their rent, so they don't have to do anything, so they can live freely through the streets and do whatever they want. That's not a part of Black Lives Matter. That wasn't, because that already been out there. The natives, they've been fighting for that for how long, we don't even know, you feel me? But right now, what we're fighting for is Black Lives Matter. Like, we care about the people that we're losing for centuries now. We don't have no problems with nobody else. We just want everyone to know that this is a Black Lives Matter protest. That tent right there doesn't show anybody that this is a Black Lives Matter protest, you feel me? When you look at that tent, do you think people are talking about Black lives? Do you think that people are talking about Breonna Taylor, George Floyd? You think Sean that just died, you think his dad, you think any his family, you talking about families that are out here, right?
None of them
the families are our neighbors right now that are here, that lost ones, that went so hard for us. Do you think any message on that tent or anywhere is saying, or today that protest up there have been saying anything about Black Lives Matter? No. Right now, this shit is being so corrupt. You got people in the streets selling Black Lives Matter t-shirts for $30 with people's names on the back, pictures, but it's not going nowhere. It's going straight to their pockets. You know what I mean? This is not about, like, this is in most people's hearts, like me and this man right here, truly Black man. We know we out here every night, every day.
It was a native man that spoke up the other day and said, give Black people $10 like we out here looking for handouts. No. I'm the one who got on the microphone and said, hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no.
You don't want no handouts.
Come on now.
Working,
it's disrespect. I work out here. I live out here. I'm from Ohio. I'm an employer. I employ people in infrastructure. Black people. I get people in and out the union. This is about Black Lives Matter. Nobody out here has represented us like we represent everybody. We walk with everybody. We stand with everybody. For the first time in life, everybody stand with us. And let's be clear, my daughter is a Macaw Indian, Native American, my only child, my only baby. That is a disrespect to Black Lives Matter. None of y'all, that tent that we shouldn't even keep shining light on, somebody wrote in a Sharpie as an afterthought, Black Lives Matter on that tent. We are tired of that. I was out here the other day speaking. I talk about Divestation 2020, investing in Black banks, Black infrastructure.
Yes, changing the education system.
Education. We make this a cool zone. We make this a tax-free zone for petty hustlers.
That's why I'm out here talking to people about that.
No taxes, no sales tax in this 6-zone block, where if you come out of jail, you can sell your wares like you can in New York and other places within this 6 blocks. You still get city taxes everywhere else, but that's the kind of stuff we want from this movement. Ain't nobody here talking about no fossil fuel. Tamir Rice from Cleveland ain't thinking about no fossil fuels. Eric Garner, ain't nobody thinking about no fossil fuels. Ain't nobody in Minneapolis.
The world is not talking about
And furthermore, natives, why did y'all include dark-skinned natives in the lawsuit 2 to 3 years ago?
Okay, let me stop you. Hold on. Then let me stop you right there. Because hold on. Let me stop you right there because we have to give the viewers context. A lot of people aren't from the Northwest. A lot of people might not know about a lawsuit or whatever. So you need to come a bit closer and explain what you're talking about.
A few years ago, that natives filed to try to get, funds and everything else. And what they did was disincluded dark-skinned natives from that lawsuit, so you couldn't receive none of those benefits. So let's talk about that if you want to come put a tent out at the Black Lives Matter movement. But let's not talk about that because this is about Black lives.
So let me ask you, hold on. Let me ask you a question, especially you right here on the left. Do you think that the focus of the protest changed once the Western Barricade was cleared? Because when the Western Barricade was clear, people were there at the barricade every day, literally chanting Black Lives Matter. The barricade fell, the Chaz or Chop opened, and do you think once that barricade fell, that Western Barricade, it was really like a common opposition for people who were on the protester side, was that barricade. Once that barricade fell, do you feel that the message changed?
I'm going to start off with this. Seattle have 7% of Black people here. We do not have a strong alliance of Black people supporting us. You know what I mean? So basically, once that barricade fell in the front, people got confused. They don't know what they really wanted out of this whole protest. They don't know what they're chasing after. And this is why Black Lives Matter. This is why we're still here. Because that barricade, all that protesting and stuff, when you really look, there's a lot of white people just talking for us, you feel me? When you look to the left, when you look to the right, you got a lot of white people being talked for us, bro. You got people being influenced, you got black faces being influenced by the white man to talk for us, telling them what we want, bro, you know what I mean? I do not want the police defunded, bro. I don't want no police, you feel me? I don't want there to be no police system. This community right here that's going on, I've been watching this for days now, you feel me? For days. There's been thousands and thousands of people coming in and out of here. And if nobody understands that, nobody's been shot, nobody's been murdered. One man been shot and the cops was on duty. We still had cops over here when that man was shot. Ever since this opened up, nobody has been shot. No women have been raped. People, all right, something was being stolen, but was it stolen? No. Things is being controlled, you feel me? This is what life is supposed to be like. Simple. It's just simple, bro. Come on.
So, I mean, what would your message be for people that are attending or coming out here to the Chaz and everything else? What would you want them to do? What message do you want them to carry?
I want you to come out here into this free area, cop-free space. Everybody here is free. Sit down and talk to whoever you talk to. Whenever you get a chance to talk to 10 people and influence one to do the right thing, to keep that movement going, you feel me? Because you think people are gonna get funded for all of this? This is all being funded right now. You feel me? This is all being funded for people's entertainment and shit like that. You think in 2 weeks, people are still gonna be throwing away thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars for black? Nah, bro, you feel me? So I want people to keep making sure they sit down with whoever they're talking to and make sure that Black Lives Matter, bro. That's all.
Black faces to get out here and be represented.
Yes, bro.
This is what's happening right now. It's being taken advantage of because there's not enough black faces out here strong enough. We're taking advantage of the fact that we don't want no issues out here. So because we don't want no issues, we don't want no violence, you can bully yourself and bully your way into a situation and get your agenda across. And when somebody speak up, you can try to talk to, oh, let's talk love, let's talk peace, let's talk Black Lives Matter. That's the only thing we out here for.
Right.
Nothing else. That's the bottom line at the end of the day. Point blank period. If the natives want to come out here and walk with us, we welcome that. But you walk beside Black Lives Matter and not your own agenda.
Not only the natives.
That's Kashrama Swant and everybody else.
Not only the natives too. I'm talking about natives. I'm talking about there's a lot of homeless people out here, bro. I do not even know where they're coming from, bro. And I swear to God,
we should be taking that tent down while we talking, because every drone that fly over, the only thing on the news is that tent.
Talk about to just get fucked up in this park and all this shit. You feel me? Come out here to help out black people, to spread the word. You know how you can help us out using your white privileges to go up there and threaten the police and tell them if one more black people die, you guys will go to war with them. You feel me? That's how you help black people out. You do not come out here and get drunk off coke, get lit, bro. Don't do none of that. You think I'm lit right now? Nobody. You think this man is lit? If cops pull up and run down on us, we're ready to do. We're ready because we're out here fighting. You feel me? We're not out here to have a good time.
Just one last question: are any of you guys? So I mean, it's kind of confusing to the general public, because there's the slogan Black Lives Matter, and then there's the organization Black Lives Matter. Are either of you guys with the organization?
Anybody from any ranks of Black Lives Matter, I'm willing to connect with anybody that's about a black banking system, a black infrastructure, black schools, black medical schools, black STEM, black infrastructure, black business. That's what I'm about. This cool zone, we're about turning this cool zone into something positive and safe for black Americans and black American business. That's what we're here for. Let's not let the focus get lost. We are here, and we are only here for black Americans to get set up. We want, while we're talking to the governor, while we're talking to the mayor, what we would like for you. We like an executive order stating that slavery and Jim Crow laws did undue harm to black Americans, thusly causing us to not be able to live the dream that was promised us. The state of Washington, housing discrimination. The state of Washington, discrimination is minority status practice, the OMWB, where white women come September will be allowed to be considered a minority in the state of Washington for practices of business. That is not okay. Affirmative action was only approved because white women are involved. We have our allies out here. Our allies need to walk with us and not be focused on their own agendas. Because if you are focused on your own agenda, you are not our ally. You are not walking with us. You are disrespecting the whole movement and the whole statement behind Black Lives Matter.
If you're saying anything else than Black Lives Matter, you do not belong out here.
So
if you say anything else other than Black Lives Matter,
And the fact that they're not moving to take that tit down while we're doing all that talking.
So let me throw this out here. So last year, the state legislature here in Washington State, the House and the Senate unanimously passed House Bill 1918, which was passed in May and signed into law in July of last year by Governor Jay Inslee. It's just the Central District, but House Bill 1918, like I said, passed both houses here in the state of Washington unanimously, where it said that the black people in the Central District of Seattle were systemically targeted by government, and government went after them to basically destroy the neighborhood there by laws and policies. So what you're saying when you just said, you talk about the governor and Governor Jay Inslee, there has been a bill 1918 that addresses the Central District that's out there. A lot of people are unaware of House Bill 1918, but the fact that it passed all houses unanimously means even people in Okanagan County, Ponderay, you know what I'm saying, Walla Walla, every legislator in the state of Washington agreed that black people were systemically targeted, you know what I'm saying, in the Central District. So there is a law or a bill that passed that outlines that, and it's very clear that, you know what I'm saying, the government has worked against the black community in the Central District in Seattle. You're looking for more legislation?
You've been discriminated against in Tacoma. You get discriminated against in Federal Way. You get discriminated against if you're black everywhere. Let's extend that statewide before you go back and occupy the zone. Let's make these 6 blocks a tax-free zone so black people, can make money like you can in New York and other places where you can sell your wares. If you have a felony, you won't die for selling jeans or sneakers in this zone because it's a 6-block tax-free zone where you can set up some type of infrastructure. Now, along with that, it's time to put some financial foundation in place.
I want to say one thing real quick.
We need that tent to come down.
Yeah, watch this. This is really about that.
That tent's coming down.
One
As long as you say the tent's coming down.
One moment, real quick. You see this? This is what I want to see. You see how you got this camera out here since day one. You know what I mean? The publicity, the way how we was moving out here attracted a lot of media, attracted a lot of people to come out here right now to use the media that we started the movement with, you know what I mean? Black Lives Matter was the first thing, you know what I mean? Like what you said, you got people questioning you actually if that was even a thing. It had to be, because that was what people are chanting right now, you know what I mean? But here, it got all messed up because other people are coming out now to use the media, the publicity that we're getting, just the little bit that we need right now, you know what I mean? To connect with the rest of the world, with the rest of all Black Lives Matter groups, you know what I mean? A little bit. We have people like that, we have people like this coming out here to take that away. So that's the problem. That's the only problem right now. People are using the media. So I want to know, this is the elder, I want to ask her one question. It's like, if she has ever asked, if she has ever talked about Black Lives Matter at a Black Lives Matter protest.
Ma'am, you wanted to speak, ma'am?
Have you ever asked, have you ever said Black Lives Matter when you were up here on the mic or over here on the mic?
I said it several times.
Have you ever talked about that this here, right? Black Lives Matter protest. Right?
We come in solidarity. I've said that every time I come here. And every person that I've talked to, this is not my, first of all, this is not my structure. No, I didn't.
We don't get to walk out the door.
This is his structure, right? And so what I'm saying is that it was up there, and we had an event today called the Culture Day. So we're bringing in, and it was a sanctioned event that we had together, and it was planned and organized. Okay, this is there's the Wamish and Coast Salish people here that I can't speak for all of them, but we were opening up the space for the tribes that are from this territory, their ancestors, to come into this space. Okay? I don't have any control over what that says. This is the brother you want to talk to, but I also am here in peace. I feel so like, I can't even tell you, like the brother's really angry.
No, we're both, we both are. But you want to know why we're both angry? Because,
wait.
Okay,
let me address it, please. Let me address it, because I really feel it. This is what I feel. I feel really bad because nobody in our community, like, especially me, at the time that I've been coming out here, I mean, I'm tired, I'm in pain, but I come out here, and the reason why I've been coming out here is to stand with Black Lives Matter. And we have families that have been murdered by police. 10 families, 10 natives in this area. We came out here because your justice is our justice. And if you get the justice, we get the justice. Hopefully, if we come together, hopefully that if Black Lives Matter makes sense, we walk with you, then they can't kill the rest of us too. Like this, killing Native people.
They know exactly
this young man right here, his uncle was killed, John T. Williams, right here in Seattle. There's been so many families that testified today in front of everybody about how their loved one was murdered by police, and nothing is being done. And nothing is being done. Okay, so we make up like 2% of this area.
Let me just jump in here. Statistically speaking, Native Americans have the highest rate of murders by the police than anybody. They have a smaller population, but per capita, natives have the highest rate of murders by the police than anybody.
And nobody, you wanna talk about like how often we're forgotten on our own territory, how often that conversations have, and nobody. I mean, we are the most humble people. Now this right here, it's not even my structure, but I'll apologize for it. I'll apologize for it, and they will take it down.
It has to come
okay, down. This is the thing. I'm not traditionally from here, so I cannot speak over people that are from here. That is our way. That is the protocol of things. So every time I come out here, I am walking lightly and carefully of the people that have been here for thousands of years.
Yes, exactly.
So this is the thing. We just want to be together. We want to be together. Our families want to be together. We want justice too. Okay? And nobody's talking about the ones that are being murdered from our people. For over 500 years, they've been trying to erase us. And this is great. This is great. The justice that is coming alive. Everything that's happening, this movement, Black Lives Matter. I get that.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't even take up that much space.
You heard what she said. She understand that movement that's coming together. Black Lives Matter. You heard what you just said. It's
and
a movement.
They matter.
It's a movement. It's a movement that just impacts the whole world right now.
Yes.
The whole world. And that we feel like, if you hear black people right now in front of you guys telling you that we feel taken advantage of, we do. We feel very taken advantage of, because this is not about anything else. I do not hear, I'm sorry, I have not been caught up on anything that you guys are out here fighting for. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? You guys are fighting for something different. You guys been through something different. Yes, you guys are fighting. You guys want your land back. You guys want your land back.
I'm not even here for that though. I'm not here for that.
Can I ask you one question, you two? Hold on. All right, you said you want to stand with us. We should fight together. All right. What about on the other
that's
side?
not my tent.
But it's his turn. He wants to speak. Hold on. He wants to speak.
Just ask him a question. Yeah. On the other side, why wouldn't you put the BLM sign there?
We didn't. That's old messaging. This structure here has occupied the Olympia State Capitol to say, fuck you, Washington State government, quit fucking killing us with your fucking fossil fuel. And we're done with colonialism, destroying our people and harming our children. And so when we talk about the police killing our people, well, the police are a visible hand of abuse that we can see, right? We can see that, we can feel that on our body. We experience that abuse from the hand. That's the hand.
Yeah, sure.
But that hand has a body, and that body is called colonialism. And that's a motherfucker. That has been killing our people here for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And then they harm you. And we came here specifically. I apologize for that old wording on that structure, and that's a living being to our people. And I apologize that it says something different than what you're working for. But I want you to know that I feel
Hey, what? See, this is what I'm talking about.
We don't have any protection out here, and we don't know who has what. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move away from this because we don't know who has what out here, and that's not necessarily a good environment for us. And we don't know what an outcome right here with this man.
Look at what y'all caused this. Y'all caused this.
No. We don't have none of our protection out here. So
Nobody. Was there any?
They've been fighting
hey, we don't have our protection out. Nah, shirts are off. This is when things go back. So we don't have any of our stuff out. Let me turn this light off over here. We don't have anything. So we're gonna step back. Because we have no idea of what or who or anything, and so I think the most unfortunate thing about this scuffle that we just witnessed right here is I think that we saw some people having a breakthrough. What just happened? We were witnessing a breakthrough between, you know, a guy that I could say has actually been here from day one. The guy with the dreads. The guy with the dreads was a guy that I've been out here following. He was one of the first people I ever interviewed from day one. The other gentleman, the older gentleman, he said he's from Cleveland. This was my first time. I think I've seen him here before, but I hadn't seen him in you know, in an interview capacity. But the young guy with the dreads, he's on several streams from. What's that? If he runs back out, somebody got a light on us. Turn that light on. No. If he runs, there he is. Okay. Yeah. So now we're gonna step all the way back. And so what we don't know, all right. So anytime the security people are telling me to move these days, I move, and they're telling me to move. So we're gonna move all the way back. That's not gonna end. That's not gonna end well. That's not gonna end well. That's not.
What's going on?
So that's not good.
Somebody got a gun? Who got a gun?
Let's watch the parameters.
Oh, stop.
We don't want to get up close. We might get that. They might think we're fall.
Never mind. I got it.
And we're here again. They can't fuck with us. So the motherfucker finished his job going around with his megaphone all motherfucking night. Hey, we out here. We give a fuck about this movement. So that bitch stuff. We say Black Lives Matter. Come on, man. We out here, motherfucker. We gonna give it to them once again. And you really with this movement, and you give a fuck. So that bitch stuff, they say Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. We out here. Woo!
Wow. We're just gonna keep the camera right here for a minute, everybody, and we'll gather some things. They're gonna make an assessment over here. We got quite a few other people now that are moving that direction. Turn that light off. Yeah, I think hopefully this is just, whatever, a scuffle, and people move out of their way. But what's unfortunate is, man, that was like a real conversation that was popping off right there. You know what I'm saying? Like that was, man. I was a real. I mean, and this is what we're seeing though, right? It's like, man, it's just like the fight well, between these different groups for a collective equality or justice or whatever word you want to call it is like, man, it's even with that, it's fractional, you know. I mean, these guys over here, and like I said, we want to be clear when you hear people out here now in the Chaz or Chop, or even when during the protest phase in the Western Barricade, when that was going on, that when people are saying Black Lives Matter out here, they're not representative of the organization Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter has said on several times that they're not part of this particular protest. They had the march the other day. That was their protest. And so, but you hear the guys are saying, they're like, man, they're basically saying, at least the gentleman we talked to was like, yo, man, this whole thing was about black people and black people getting what they're supposed to get. Kind of paraphrasing, you guys saw the stream, you can rewind it. Then you had the Native woman saying that, like, man, we're not trying to co-opt anything. We're trying to stand with you because basically, you know what I'm saying, your rights are our rights. And, you know, we're here to support. Now, the TP seems to be a point of contention here. And what they were saying is that the TP apparently made a lot of news today. But, I mean, their issue is, it seems like it's more long-standing than just today. Talking to the guys over there, that it's just the way that the whole protest has turned since the barricade came down. But anyway, as for today, they were like, they were saying that the TP is on the news. People are talking about the TP. They're talking about all the other things, but they're not talking about Black Lives Matter. The Native woman, she's been on the screen a few times. You guys have seen her. She, you know, her response again was like, man, you know, we came here to support. And so then the other thing that actually occurred is that the guy whose structure it is said that that's the same TP. It's all good?
It's all working itself out.
Okay. He said, some of our security guys over here, he said that these guys are working themselves out, which is a good thing. He said that TP was actually on the Capitol in Olympia, and the wording on there that says, you know, that they're against fossil fuels. He said that, you know, that apparently native lands or native children were highly impacted by fossil fuels in the state of Washington. He said that the wording on the TP was old, and he offered an apology that they didn't remove the wording. And now what we do find is as we see a medic running across the field, he said that, you know, the TP wasn't meant to disrespect, it's meant to honor. Man, it's a lot to unpack right here. I said, I think that, what's this say here? Defund SPD. Or, you guys give me a second. The security people want to talk to me. Yeah, you're right. He did say it was a living structure. I think we're gonna walk back over to the original Western Barricade, because I think I have something that I want to be able to share and discuss with you guys. Hey, how are you? So we're gonna go back over to the Western Barricade. Well, what used to be the Western Barricade. Yeah. It's Hugo House. Oh, look, they've got another vigil over here. So I didn't notice this one before. It's a bit smaller. This is at Hugo House. This is on 11th Avenue on the north side of Pine Street. It says say our names. And they've got some candles here. Of course, they boarded up Hugo House. So we're just going to walk right back over here to where the Western Barricade was back when the protest was occurring. I just want to be able to point out something to everybody. So, been walking all day, so walking a bit slow. I'm going to put the camera down because we're walking past some of the security people over here. So we're going to put the camera down. All right, we'll bring it back up. Felt like at least right now is not for intersectionality, those two. Well, I mean, you know, here's the other thing is that like, in absence of, you know, the leadership, you know, I mean, the people who are what we call like the lifeblood around here, they're, you know, I mean, those are the people that are kind of doing their job with Chaz, you know. You've got people who are, you know, the medics. We talk about them a lot. Talk about mutual aid. Mutual aid is here. You talk about the security people, or the border security at least, who are, what's up, man? The border security people, they're here, but like, man, it's the leadership. You know what I'm saying? As to like, I mean, there's so many different messages. There's so many different things that are going on. So I wanted to come and bring you guys back here to the point of where the original Western Barricade was. You know what I'm saying? This was where the original Western Barricade was, right here on this line. This is the intersection of 11th and Pine, where broadcasted so many nights, and we saw the barricade move from here, you know, up 30 feet, back 20 feet, you know, up all the way to where the precinct is at there to the left and everything else. Now, what I can tell you as somebody who has been covering this from day one is the original Western Barricade, think of that like when COVID first hit. When COVID first hit, there was one message across the state of Washington, across the city of Seattle, in every neighborhood, and people were so against COVID. Oh. Yep. Who's this? Well, I guess. So we got protesters now, I guess, who have arrived from downtown in Westlake. I'll have to get to.
What's going on? Going to the end. Someone's getting detained. Someone's getting detained? Where at? Yes, sir.
Yeah, some motherfuckers getting 12th in, all of they said.
Someone's getting detained?
Yeah, that's what they said.
So they're telling us that somebody's getting detained. I guess when they're saying detained, they mean by SPD. They say that somebody has a gun to their head and they're being detained by the police. I mean, hey, can you go get the bulletproof vest? We don't have the vest on. We don't have the vest. I don't know what they're talking about, Dan, but they're saying that the police are detaining somebody. I learned a lesson out here, man. I'm not running. I ran into it a lot of times out here. I'm not. You got people running. They're sprinting down the street now. 12th and Olive. We're now on 12th. We're heading northbound on 12th Avenue.
Somebody's getting detained.
Big crowd of people. And through it all, there's somebody doing trash collection.
Let's see, we're past the barrier.
Well,
I said the G word. I don't know about that.
Well, the last gentleman wanted to hear it.
Oh, I'm not feeling this, bro.
I'm not.
Sorry, I'm not feeling this at all.
We're now passing the northern barricade on 12th Avenue. As you can see, there's lots of cars here to block incoming street traffic. What are you pointing to? So it's about maybe just under 100 people over here, 12th and Olive. Somebody's telling them to go back.
What are we doing? Let me relax.
Man, well, if it's not one thing, it's another. And we've had a bunch of interrupted thoughts out here. This is actually the police depot right here. This is where the police park their cars. This is where the East Precinct, where the police park their cars. This is where the police park their cars on the East Precinct. There's something going on the inside over here. There's something going on the inside over here. This is where this is where the East Precinct. Okay. I'm moving. I'm with you. This is the depot. I do know that.
So yeah. So stay right here.
People are throwing things over the fence. I do know that this is the depot.
You can come on the corner of this car right here.
Hey, JC, it's going down right now. Send me a text. We're in the same neighborhood, though, but send me a text.
Yeah.
All right, they're pulling me back. Okay. All right, I'm behind you. Okay, I'm behind you. I got you. This is the depot. At least this used to be it used to be. I guess it's something different. Okay, this used to be where the police park their vehicles. It might have changed now.
Robbie. What? Watch it.
Haley! Hey, get pictures of these guys! Everybody get pictures of these guys! Zoom in with your cameras and get pictures of these guys! All of them, I got their faces lit. Everybody get pictures of all their faces. See that license plate? C29758.
I'm not. Is the firearm out?
Yeah, that's the green laser.
The green laser's on the firearm. We got somebody going over the fence. We got somebody who's entered. He's jumped the fence. He's jumping.
We're watching you, bitch!
Now, I'm not sure what it's... Somebody on the megaphone.
Hi there. How you doing?
Oh, these idiots right here.
How y'all doing? Whose lives matter? Whose lives matter? Who else's lives matter? How y'all doing? I'm gonna tell you a joke. Why did the cookie go to the doctor?
Shut the fuck up, dude! Your jacket sucks!
We will raid your store!
Sucks, asshole!
We can run this down!
Let's go. Like they let him go so
Hey, that's Phoenix Jones.
My name is Holly. I manage Pine.
Thanks for the chicken!
Oh, fuck! Okay, so let's go, you guys.
There goes Phoenix Jones, drug dealing ass motherfucker. You're a piece of shit too. You're a piece of shit too.
Let him talk.
You drug dealer. You're a piece of shit. Yeah.
Right there. Private business and lit the cars that were inside on fire.
Okay.
Okay? So, they had...
Watch what car he gets into.
What
car you get into, asshole?
They cleaned him, and then they...
They let him go.
And now they decided to let him go.
Thank you.
I'm going to walk over there, and I'm going to ask them if they're going to let me do an Instagram live so you can see. Is that okay? Can I walk over there?
Yes.
Oh, you trying to get up in there? No.
In the meantime, what I need from
Not gonna get behind the fence.
to help de-escalate each other.
We're a reporter, not on a suicide mission.
It's super important that every one of you is safe. Is that okay?
Okay. You guys are dope. Come on. It's over. Let's go. Somebody has to go now. Okay, come on, you guys. You want somebody to die?
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Yeah, what you got?
Oh,
don't give me please. I don't know what you want. I wouldn't give these motherfuckers no time. They're all fucking idiots.
All right, so the dude already left. When the gate broke, they let him.
We saw the video. He broke in, and they let him go. So we go back to that place, and still fucking celebrate Black Lives Matter. Come on. There's nothing here. We don't need to break in to people's property. We're here for peace.
Are these business owners?
Yeah.
So how the business owners come out and speak to us then? How do you know they're business
Why did you
owners?
put a gun to his head?
You don't need to. Why are you
Why'd you
talking
put a gun
him,
to
man?
his head? You want us to put a gun to your head?
Is this a business owner?
I got one. Listen to me, bro. I'm your brother. We're here for peace. Nothing else.
All right, I'm gonna do an Instagram live. I'm gonna walk over there, and then all of you can watch Instagram live. I don't fucking care if you follow me. All I do is field donations for black organizations.
Thank you, Javi. Thank you.
So my Instagram is at. I don't fucking care what talking yourself. If you want to see a live video, you have to find it, don't you? I don't care if you follow me. I don't fucking care about that.
Come on.
Do you want me to do a live video or not?
Hey, who's the business owner? Is this a business owner here?
He's here.
Get him!
Yes.
Get him! If you guys are business owners here, we're fine. We're just concerned about safety of people here. You know what I'm saying? We're the people that live here. I live in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I'm media. I'm with media. We're trying to get it clear idea of what's going on. It looks like us. Hey! We don't even care about your stuff. Hey! Media stuff. I don't care about that. You don't even speak about that. I'd love to speak to somebody.
They already let him go.
Lighting cars on fire.
So why are we here for? No, he's gone, bro. I went inside, saw the footage. Yeah, I saw the footage, bro. Hey, bro. I believe we just were. My brother. Can you talk to me?
Can you talk to me? Can you talk to me? I know, I understand that. Can you talk to me, bro? I mean, brother, bro.
But they say that he ran away. So if y'all want to leave, we should mob it to
Everything is good, bro. I swear to God, I'm not lying. I'm my mother, bro. I'm my mama. I'm just trying to talk to y'all.
Bro, wait.
I respect that.
The occupation, I'm a reporter, sir. The occupation of this area has impacted your business? How much has it impacted your business? What would you like to see happen here, sir? I mean, not tonight, and just in general as to what's going on.
Hey, dude left. He's gone. I'd like to see the city in Seattle step up and represent their people. I'd like to see whatever the problem is, as far as the relationship between the people and the police department. I'd like to see that get fixed. I'd like to get representation, somebody that will listen to me, meaning somebody in the city council that will listen to me.
I ain't playing no bitch ass.
This whole kind of mob thing doesn't work.
Right. Have you been in touch with your? Well, it's not you. We're not with the people. We're just trying. Now I understand. It's okay. Right.
Because they didn't get what they wanted.
Right.
This guy isn't part of you guys.
Right. Have you had any discussions with your council members, Kashama Sawant?
She doesn't care about me.
My God!
Destroying the fence. We got somebody here. It's destroying the fence. Destroying the fence line. And what we have here is a business owner. This is, and I'm sorry. I know it's a lot going on. So,
Go back! We need space! De-escalate the situation!
I know it's a lot going on, sir.
Protest! Go back to the protest! We need space!
Sir, and the only reason I'm asking is, hold on, the only reason I'm asking is this stream right here is a stream that the mayor, the city council, a lot of people watch. My name is Omari Salisbury. I've been covering this from day one. These guys might have been knowing my stream.
Hey, I'm from Minnesota.
You know, and I'm a reporter here, and what I'm saying is people are watching this stream, and it's important now as a business owner. We're sitting here talking to you, and you're concerned. Has your district representative, have you had any communication with them? You said that you want representation at City Hall.
The person that represents me says that we need to see things I believe
What you guys doing? Come on. Yo, why are you guys filming? Come on. Why are you guys filming?
Okay.
Why are you guys filming?
And so,
go back. No, it's down. Let's go back. No.
Man, we're media. We're not with you. We're media. We're not with you. You go back. You go back. You go back. We're not with you. We are media. We don't have to go nowhere, first of all. You know what I'm saying?
We're good.
You know, and so that's all. We just want to be able to get everybody's voices here. I've been talking to all kinds of people. I even talked to the guy yesterday with the American flag here and everything else. And so that's what I'm saying. So you said that you suffered probably $55,000 in losses. You said that people don't want to come and visit their shop here. How do you see this? How do you see this being resolved, though?
Answer us! Give us the answer!
Right here, sir.
Listen.
Right here, sir.
He said that nobody's been coming to his business, so he's already been suffering, right? And so somebody breaking in and trying to ruin his property is causing him to feel a certain type of way. And so he detained him.
No, I mean, we got past that point. I'm talking to him. No, I'm talking, bro, we're members of the media, man. And we're actually giving him a platform.
The situation's been resolved.
And I understand that. We're giving him a platform for him to talk about, you know, what's going on. Because his district, hold on, his district, the people at City Hall are watching this. They might not be watching these other people over here, but they're watching this. The mayor's office is watching this. And so that's all I'm saying is his let this man speak. It's his platform.
I don't believe he has the answers.
But it's okay.
He's a business owner. I don't believe he has the neighborhood. Let him speak.
And he's coming across like that. If anything, let us speak. I understand. Let him go. And people are watching. And that's all I'm saying is that the people the people
that's from the heart.
The people who you feel might have been disconnected with your business thus far, the city hall, and everybody like that, they're on this stream, and that's why I'm giving you a platform to be able to speak here. That's all I'm saying. Is there anything that you want people to hear?
Let him speak. Let him speak. My audience does. Hold on. No, let him speak.
I mean, maybe they'll show up tomorrow, but they probably won't.
Okay.
I can't even get the police to show up. I can't get the fire department to show up.
Okay.
I mean, I had to put the fire out myself.
And the fire department's 1 block away.
Fire department's 1 block away.
And they're still active.
This kind of mob stuff doesn't work.
Amen.
I'm not doing that stuff. And I caught somebody in my building with my property.
Whose life matter? I can't hear you. Whose life matter?
Black lives matter.
Whose life matter? Black lives matter.
The police tweeted out that they don't cover this area. They sent out a coverage map. They say the police tweeted out saying they don't cover this area. Unless there's mass casualty, the police are saying they're not going to cover this area.
I'm trying to get him to let us frisk him to see what he had of our property still, and he wouldn't let us tell you guys what we just offered this suggestion. So you've got all these people out here saying that we had him at gunpoint. We didn't have him at gunpoint. There's an attorney that was here that we let in here to make sure he was safe, that he wasn't being hurt.
Thank you for that.
If you can help me, bro. And this is what I get.
Thank you for keeping him safe.
If your district representative comes here tomorrow, Kashama Sawant, would you meet with her?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sorry about the break-in.
Kashama, if you guys are watching this stream, you've got a representative here, you got a business owner here in your district who's wanting you to come over here and bridge some kind of support of what's going on. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, leaders lead. And we've been talking about this all along. Leadership, you know.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, bro. I'm Andrew Mercado from Minneapolis.
Yeah, what's up, fam?
You're doing an excellent
man,
job.
thank you. You know what it is sometimes, and that's why these guys are here. Sometimes the people get so close. And tonight we don't even have the vest on. And some nights we've had to have the vest on out here, fam. And so I wasn't trying to be rude or disrespectful to you. And I know we both out here trying to get a story. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody gets a voice, bro.
Yeah, and so, and the thing is as well, is like, man, my conversation was with the business owner. Everybody wants to chime in and everything else, and that's why when other people came out there, I'm like, man, you guys shut up. Let the business owner talk so we can get his perspective. You know what I'm saying? Whew.
You guys, if you can't hear what he says, you just gotta turn up your volume, because some people say they can hear him.
Black Lives Matter, but this is chaos. So, what we saw, man, is, and this is what we were talking about here when we were on the western barricade. We now just passed back in off the northern barricade and everything else. My friends. Hey, fam, where are you at on Twitter? Minneapolis. Where are you at on Twitter? Yeah, I mean, where no, man, it's just everybody looks the same now because of the coat and that's Joey right there. Joey's the cleanest, sharpest streamer out of, you know what I'm saying? If anybody got an award for best dressed streamer, it's Joey Weiser, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This guy. He's always got it together. Even when it was like tear gas out here, Joey was sharp.
Hey.
Hair on point, everything.
I met Joey at a bar.
So
he told me 3 jokes.
Let me just tell you, man. Whew. is that, and I'm glad we went down there. And I'm glad. Thank you. I'm glad you guys were able to hear a perspective from, you know, a business owner who is in the zone, who says that his business is impacted. You know what I'm saying? But he's also said that he's not feeling that there's any representation. There's not no representation, you know, in any kind of leadership position that you know, that's over there. That's what he said. He said that he's ready to talk to his district representative. You know what I'm saying? He said that he's more than happy to talk to his district representative. Bobby, he said he's ready to talk to any district representative, but, you know, nobody has talked to him. He said that, you know, that what he wants is he wants restoration of services, and he said he wants the issues between the community and between the police fixed. That's what he said his big things are.
Yo, I've used that guy's business before. I just called them, I don't know, 6 months ago, and they helped a friend of mine out. They've always helped me out and stuff like that. I don't know what his position is on anything going on with the protests. I don't think he made a statement about that. But definitely being a business owner in this area and it's affecting him. You know, he has an opinion. I think that he has a right to speak, and I'm glad that you gave him some time to speak.
And I mean, I think you guys see that, like, you know, at first he wasn't gonna say nothing, and I said, you know, who I was, and whoever, you know, in his crew or whatever was, and his crew was like, yeah, no, we done heard of Omari. He's gonna be fair, and that's the whole breakdown is, you know what I'm saying? Just want to give people a point of view, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not out here to cut people off. I'm not out here to talk over people or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? That's not what it's really about. So, you know what I'm saying? That's not how it's going down, and that's not really what we want to go down. And so, this has been a very unique and interesting night here in the Chaz, and security is kind of. Let's move. Oh, is that JC?
Yeah.
All right. Well, security is telling me to wind it up here, and we're gonna listen real quick though. Let me give a shout out. This is our man JC. You know what I'm saying? He's a journalist out here. You know what I'm saying? Up and coming from Atlanta, Georgia, and decided to come out here and cover the story. You know what I'm saying? You can find him at the OVT Network on Instagram. Also, if you look at my story, I already put a picture of him in the story and everything. Brother came out here from Atlanta. Real quick, man, what are some of your thoughts out here, man?
Some of my thoughts? The nice things or the real shit?
Man, you just gotta keep it real, bro. I mean, it's, you know.
I just feel like it's a lot of disorganization. And then I just saw some things earlier today that I didn't like. Like, I saw 2 black women lead a march. They come here towards that stage, and I saw a guy that was a musician with not that great of music call out that march to have people listen to your not great music. Like, and that's just not what this is supposed to be about.
What's it supposed to be about?
It's supposed to be about Black Lives Matter, and it's supposed to be making a change. So I'm just like, how do you have people ready to do something and have people with actionable movement, and you stop that to have people listen to your music? Like, and that puts me in a way because I'm like, I came here to record the story. I didn't come here to be a part of the story. That's not what I'm here for. But it's like, what am I supposed to do?
It's no fun being part of the story because that includes the mace and the pepper spray. So we've done that part. So you don't have to be part of the story.
And then I flash back to the conversation that we had a little while ago, and I was like, oh. Yeah, so it's a lot of people's hearts in the right places out there, but a lot of people are out here for like very opportunistic reasons. It ain't about the movement, it ain't about the march. I can't believe I just saw a black man take a shot from 2 black women and have people listen to his music. I don't know his name. I put him out there, but I really don't know his name. But I'm just saying, like, I didn't say.
All right. Well, welcome to Seattle. Long as you out here, JC, you know what I'm saying? You're all good. Representing Atlanta. And again, you can find him right there. It's on Instagram, the OVT Network. You know what I'm saying? It's good to have an outside perspective. So what I was saying before, as we have a lot of street art occurring over here, what I was saying before is that when the barricade, hey, Bobby, I was saying that like when the barricade, when the Western Barricade was here, looking at the protesters, it was almost like when COVID first hit, and everybody was like, "Man, we got it was a common thing. Yeah. Everybody was on the same page. It was like, man, you know what I'm saying? What, you need PPE? What's going on? This and that." And you know, it was one common thing. And I think that you saw that when this barricade right here divided the protesters and the police, that we saw that it was a common messaging and everything amongst the protesters. You know what I'm saying? And that message didn't rotate too much, you know. But when the barricade fell, give me 1 second here, and Pine Street opened up, I'm
gonna hit him in the head with this apple.
When Pine Street opened, run out of juice, guys. Plug this up. When Pine Street opened up, though, it's almost like America opening up, in the sense that, remember when all the states were on lockdown? You know, when almost all 50 states were on some point of lockdown, you know, and it was like the common adversary was COVID. That was one thing. But then, as the states opened up, it was like, man, it became a free-for-all in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Texas did this, Florida did that, Georgia did this, New Mexico did that, Texas did this and that. And we're kind of seeing that, you know, when the barricade was there, it was COVID, you know, it was a common, very unified message. The barricade's no longer there, guys. And maybe the message is...
Yeah, what she said is, meet us on 12th and Pine for our midnight march.
They're doing a midnight march. But yeah, I mean, and thank you. And that's exactly what it was, man. You know what I'm saying? And for like a week or two in America, you know, when every state was locked down, everybody was like, yeah, we got to smash COVID. You know what I'm saying? Bend the curve, crush the curve, bend the curve, crush the curve, bend the curve, crush the curve. And then, you know what I'm saying, as different states opened up, everybody just went different with it, you know? And I mean, as an observation from my side, I think that, like, man, the barricade opening up was just like America opening up from COVID. You know, every state just kind of went their own way. And I think that a lot of different groups that might have been unified underneath one message of, you know, Black Lives Matter or around, you know, black issues, once the barricade lifted, all the other things came out. And, you know, I'm not here to say whether that was right or wrong, or this is, you know, organically how it goes and everything else. I've only, you know, covered one-day protests, to be honest with you, May Day and things like that. This is my first time, you know, being in something sustained. This is sustained. We've been here for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I think are we going into week number 3 now?
Yep.
So we're going into week number 3 of continuous coverage on this. And going into 3 weeks of continuous coverage over here, it's like we're finding out that it's like, man, all the states are opening up all in their own way and on a different timeline. And, you know, we're seeing that people who were here was like, hey, man, this started as all about Black lives. They're now intersecting with people who are like, well, you know, what about the Native lives? And then they're intersecting with people who are like, well, what about the trans lives? And then they're intersecting. So it's like, it's a lot, you know. But again, I'm staying on this. You know what I'm saying? This is a great opportunity for leadership all across our city to step up. You know what I'm saying? Leadership right here. I mean, you know what I'm saying? This is Councilwoman Sawant's district. You got somebody who's in the district right here who's saying that they feel that you're out of touch with your office. It's a perfect opportunity. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't agree, but I think that things are worth trying to understand. And I tell people this all the time. You don't have to agree with people, but try to understand. That's why we're trying to talk to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, man, who will give me an opportunity with their viewpoints, I'm trying to talk to them. Because, man, things got to start with understanding. We can't disregard people just because it's like, okay, somebody thinks differently. We don't have to agree with them. But, you know, with a fundamental understanding, then understanding leads to empathy. You know what I'm saying? And empathy doesn't mean that you have to agree with somebody or whatever. But you can never hope for resolution if you don't have a fundamental understanding of what the other guy is thinking, what the other guy is going through. You know? I mean, it's impossible. And what I'm seeing here is the gap still remains. The gap still remains. Even between the people on the street and the leadership, between the protesters or the people here in City Hall, between people here and their elected representatives, it's a big gap. You see what I'm saying? This gap is here. And if people aren't going to step up and show leadership here, then this thing, I swear to God, will be back here. My son will be my age. Grandson will be here, and they'll still be asking the same questions about Seattle, and they'll still be asking the same questions about America. I mean, man, this is the time. I mean, and you know, I always look at things differently, right? I'm going to the memorial wall. I'm gonna wrap up. I always look at things differently because they keep asking me all the questions about Trump and Trump's tweet. And they're like, you know, what do you think about Trump? What do you think about this in the tweet? And, you know, man, I've always got a positive and optimistic look on a lot of things. And what I said is what better opportunity for leadership to emerge than for the whole country. From the whole country is watching. So as I see it, it's like, man, Trump, whether he knows it or not, created a platform for whoever's going to be a leader out there to step up and lead. He's put the whole spotlight on this state. He's put the whole national spotlight on this 6-block area that us guys on the ground have been saying, hey, man, leadership needs to emerge. So, you know, the platform is there. Literally, the whole world's watching. You know, we've talked to the whole world. We talked to the BBC, we talked to the CBC, we're on with France TV, we talked to some people in China, we talked to people down in Latin America and everything. The whole world is watching. Leaders, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? We've been telling you this. Like, man, shouldn't be no surprise. You know what I'm saying? For weeks now. I mean, it was apparent to me being on the ground. I only had to be on the ground for a day or two. I was like, man, you know what? I don't really see no consistent leadership out here. This is going to be a problem because there's a lot of people with a lot of issues. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of feelings about things. Right? Man, what a great opportunity with the whole world watching. You know what I'm saying? How are you? God bless. With the whole world watching. For leadership in an amazing and dynamic level to step up and be seen, to step up and make a change, to step up. I mean, man, look at this. So many times, man, when things go on around the world, there's not really an opportunity, a spotlight for this and that. The spotlight is here, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some days I sit there and do 5, 6, 7 interviews a day because people are like, what's going on? The whole world is watching. And I'm here to tell you this disconnect remains. It remains. This disconnect between the street level and between City Hall, it remains. And you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be fair if I didn't mention that we see people like, we see these credible messengers that are popping up, though. You know what I'm saying? I think Chief Scoggins is one of them. I think some of the people from SDOT who are out here every day, you know what I'm saying? They walk the streets every day and they're building relationships. Those guys, I mean, and they're important in the process. But Chief Scoggins can't do it alone. You know what I'm saying? The guys from SDOT and PUC, they can't do it alone. You know? Need more credible messengers on the ground. You know? Need more credible messengers on the ground. More leaders that are on the ground. More people that can put their ego in their pocket, man. You know what I'm saying? The best advice I ever got, man, 13 years old, working at McDonald's underneath the Space Needle. You know what I'm saying? Lied about my age and said I was 14 so I get a work permit because, man, we just needed the money and go to work. But the manager there, Dana, imagine all those years ago, I still remember, he said, Omari, when you walk through these doors, just remember to put your ego in your pocket and do the best job that you can. We need leaders out there that are okay with putting their ego in their pocket. You know what I'm saying? And walk in this Chaz and have a willingness to listen. Have a willingness to understand. I mean, these things is simple. These is things we learn as kids. Y'all got to put your ego in your pocket, man. You got to be able to come out here and lead. And for the people who are here, who are leading, man, you got to lace them up and run just a little bit harder. Because you know what I'm saying? We're seeing that these gaps remain, and we're seeing that they're here. You know? I mean, I done kept it real with you guys, man, from day one. And I think that's why we all rock with each other. And that's why people are on the stream and everything else. Is because, you know, I've just tried to be honest with you. And then, man, I call it how I see it. And, you know, when it was all, you know, when cats was sitting over there throwing the flashbangs directly at us and targeted us with rubber bullets, I called it out 100%. I'm like, yo, what is this? You know? And when I see something that's not right, I think in these protest actions, I call it out. You know? And I'm not calling it out to antagonize. I'm calling it out to inform because, you know what? Sometimes people just don't know. And they're like, damn, word, I didn't even realize. You know? And so I'm like, hey, man, we got to make awareness here. But what I can tell you is that what people should understand is that the people here in the Chaz, I've lowered my voice, I want to be respectful for people out here. What people need to understand is that people out here in the Chaz, I mean, they're sustainable. That's what guys need to understand. A lot of people who are here, they live in the neighborhood, this and that. This isn't a destination protest. This isn't, you know what I'm saying, this isn't when they're down there on Wall Street, or this isn't something that's occurring downtown. This is a residential protest. So if the people who live in the neighborhood want to protest every day, they will. You see what I'm saying? Because they live here. So fundamentally, man, and the energy will just transfer to something else. You see what I'm saying? Unless these larger issues find a resolution. Man, there has to be a space out here for people. Now they're doing their midnight march. There has to be a space out here for people to have some kind of, man, sense of leadership, you know what I'm saying? Sense of respect for others, a sense of listening, a sense of understanding, you know, all of those things. And man, it's not an easy job. It's an easy job that anybody could do it. So I'm not saying that it's easy, but god damn, man, somebody got to try, man. You know what I'm saying? This is real people. And I hope that you guys see this. Like, man, the people I'm talking to, I talk to a lot of politicians too, but I just try to tell you guys the stories from real people who are on the ground, real families, real everything that are out here. You know, whether it's a protester, whether it's a business owner, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's a volunteer, whether it's a medic or whatever, man, these are human beings. And just to repeat something I talked about last night, for people in the city of Seattle, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if leadership doesn't really appear soon. You know, I think a lot of us as citizens in this city, we've outsourced leadership. We outsourced it. We put it on cruise control. We'll let somebody else deal with that. We've outsourced accountability. We'll let somebody else deal with accountability. Sooner or later, man, if those things don't emerge, then it's like, man, the people in the municipality, it's like, man, you know, the outsourcing of leadership has to stop. The citizens have to do something and, you know, and whatever. And I'm not saying do something like, you know, insurrection or anything like that. But And maybe that's the way they're supposed to be. That, you know, the leadership, you know, guys have been looking for leaders to lead, and maybe the leadership is really, we've got it reversed. You know what I'm saying? Wow. You know, I mean, we've seen an amazing night here tonight on this stream. We've seen an amazing night here on this stream. There's a lot going on, guys. There's a lot going on.
Black Lives Matter!
Deaf Chef over here relighting a candle. Somebody just came and blew out a candle. That's the Deaf Chef down there. And you guys are seeing it how I'm seeing it. Of course, some stuff, audio is on with interviews and everything else, but a lot of stuff you see tonight, man, turn off the volume. Rewatch it with the volume off. No? Anyways, man, you know, lots of thoughts on the mind right now. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of back here because I want to ground myself before, you know what I'm saying, I calm myself down before I go in and call it a night, because it's like sometimes this is a lot out here. But leadership, man. Leadership. You know, there's an old saying, like if you read business books, it says that like great leaders look out the window for credit and look in the mirror for responsibility. Who out there's ready to look out the window for credit? Give the credit to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But they're willing to look in the mirror for responsibility. They waiting for you out here. We all waiting for you. I'm out of here, guys. We're back tomorrow morning with the morning show at 11 a.m. Like I said, I'm supposed to be on King 5 in the 6 o'clock hour. I think it's 6:15. Catch me there. We got a podcast that's out. First episode is me and Bobby Steels. So voices of the Chaz. And so, you know, I think that'll be out there tomorrow. And what I'm committing myself to do is, so we do the stream, but I'm committing myself to make an hour every day to just talk to somebody out here from all different perspectives. So it'll be interesting even to talk to the business owner that we saw here today. And it'll be interesting to talk to the native woman that we saw on the stream today. It'll be interesting to talk to the young brother out there with the dreads who we saw here today. It'll be interesting. I think these guys got the guy's information at the beginning of the stream. It was from North Seattle. He said he's going through it out there. We're going to talk to everybody, man. And because that's what we could do as media. That's all I know how to do. But, I mean, and I'm going to play that part to the best of my ability. We as Converge, we're going to play that part to the best of our capabilities. But I'll check you guys tomorrow. You know, like I said, man, leadership. That's what's required. Catch you tomorrow. God bless. Good night.